Good evening. Is everything set up? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's go. Am I in the 300s yet? No, 288 still. Oh, I know this one. They somehow check me. I don't know. Whenever these two moves come out, I always lose. But not this time. Goddamn notifications scare me every time. Hmm. Already got a YouTube video from Puni Baba. Crazy. Oh no, Jujutsu Kaisen animator tells all. Oh wait, daily. Is that like part 2 of the thing? Wait a minute. What am I doing? You said you wanted to react? Yeah, I did. Absolutely. Well, the title says we're reacting to videos. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's not part 2, but an anime YouTuber interviews her. Oh, that could be interesting. Okay. Or it could be exceptionally boring. We'll see. But I think it'd probably be more interesting than boring. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, what do I know? What do I know about anything? Hmm. Damn. There we go. I don't like how all of their strong pieces are near my king and mine are so far away. Like, this feels like a really pro player right here. But I bet they didn't see that. That's why they're taking so long. God. Oh, I'm in check as well. Oh, Jesus. There goes all my plans. My God. Did you watch the Oscars? I have never in my life ever have I watched the Oscars, Miller. But I did look up who won stuff. And I found out that, spoiler for everyone who hasn't watched it yet and is waiting to watch the Oscars, but Oppenheimer won. Oh my God. A 3 out of 5 movie won the Oscars. Isn't that crazy? But in fairness, I haven't seen any of the competition, so maybe all the competition was worse. But I somehow doubt that. But the more interesting thing was that Godzilla Minus One won the VFX. That was pretty cool. Not that I've seen it, but I mean, I know it's like a smaller movie. Or at least I think it's a smaller movie. Which I am dying to watch. If only it was out on digital, but apparently that takes ages. Oh my God. Oppenheimer was great. A lot of fun in the theater. Absolutely, I agree it was a lot of fun. But I wish it was more serious. That's my issue with it. Actually, that's not really my issue with it. I wish it was more slower paced, less flashy in its like style. Oh my god. We're gonna stalemate if we do that one more time. He thinks I'm a fool. I won't do that. Let's just, let's go forward. Why not? So not a Nolan movie? Oh boy. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, too many things going on. At least they didn't notice. I can check them before they get their queen. I have to think now to answer that question about Nolan movies. Oh my god, what have I seen? Is there any movie made by Nolan that I mean, maybe a Memento would be deserving of an Oscar, but I don't remember it enough to have any opinion on that. Alright, they won. Okay. Okay. Christopher... Oh my god, my spelling. Christopher Nolan movies. Alright, look at this. Less than 10 movies. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. So 10 movies or so. Haven't seen the following. I've seen Memento. I thought that was really good. Maybe that could be win an Oscar or something. Haven't seen Insomnia. Batman Begins. There's no chance that would ever win anything. The Prestige, maybe. That was kind of cool. Dark Knight. Maybe. It's been a while since I saw it. Inception, no way. Dark Knight Rises, no way. Man of Steel. I was a producer on it. Okay. I would not count this in one of his movies, but I mean, okay. Interstellar, no way. Dunkirk, no way. Tenet, no chance. Maybe for visual effects, I thought there were like some interesting things there. And Oppenheimer, no way, but it won. I don't know. I guess all these movies are kind of like fast-paced, flashy, except for Memento out of all the ones I've seen, and maybe The Prestige. Anyway, who cares about the Oscars, all right? All that matters is my opinion. And if you want to see the Elite Ari opinion, you go to Letterboxd Elite Ari. That's not my profile. This one is. And here you go. The Florida Project, A Ghost Story, One Cut of the Dead, Ex Machina. These all deserve Oscars right there. Anyway. Are you excited for today's episode of Shogun? Absolutely not. Because I'll probably watch it. If it is still good by the time it finishes airing, then I'll probably watch it when it's finished airing, just all at once. Because, I don't watch things week to week anymore, unless it's like anime, I guess. What have you been doing with your life the past few weeks? Just chilling. A big chilling, Today I was learning... God, I have to recite, I'm practicing for job interviews and stuff now, so I'm going back to the basics of data structures and algorithms. So now I'm trying to, oh God, I'm just learning the basics again. It's been so long. What have you been doing? Can Goku beat Gojo? How could he possibly beat Gojo, Miller? He can't even touch him because of Infinity, right? What is it? It's not even Infinity, is it? Whatever the hell it's called. Wild take that Oppenheimer doesn't deserve, but Memento does. Well, yeah, Memento is like when I saw it like 10 years ago, probably more than that, it was a 5 out of 5, but, I was but a child back then, so who knows what it actually is. How do you get flashier than Memento? What's flashy about Memento? Oh my god, you know what? Maybe it is flashy. I know it wasn't fast-paced, but maybe it was, and I just don't remember. I don't know. I just remember it being very grounded. But I don't know. I guess it's just the impression it left me with. You're looking very pretty today, Ari. Well, that's certainly interesting. It's because of my beautiful blue lighting. I slightly positioned it a little bit to the left, and I'm sure that's why. Finally, time to watch some shows then. No, I have the 2023, the December Digest, ruined my appetite for shows. Because my god, this video was perhaps the most draining video I've ever made in my life. Where is it? 5 hours long. Took way longer than that to record. Split over like 4 days, I think, the recording. Oh my goodness. I never want to do one of these again. Which means that I cannot consume too much in a month. I've limited myself now. I think you'll notice that in the 12 days of this month, I've only consumed like 1 or 2 things. And this video is why I never want to see something this long again. Even this one, 2 hours long. It's so limiting. How many things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It took goddamn 2 hours or 7. Anyway, crazy. Am I right? How to invert a binary tree? Yeah, true. I need to learn about trees. I think that is of the I was going over my notes I made literally almost 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about how long ago I did these courses. And I think it's great that I actually still remember most of this stuff, considering how far it's been and how little I've actually applied it to anything. But the tree stuff, the different forms of trees or whatever, like there were these there's so many variations of trees that I just did not remember even existed. So I'm gonna have to recover or recount all that stuff. Anyway. Inverting, balancing. Oh god, when's your graduation? Who knows? I have to pass. I have to accept my PhD first. They haven't even accepted it. What if Goku's strength is beyond infinity and can pierce it like he broke through Hit's time skip? That's ridiculous, Miller. If Goku was infinite, he would beat Superman, right? Because wasn't the argument in the second death battle that Superman is always infinitely strong or something? I don't know. Top Boy Big Man, true, I gotta watch it. Just give yourself a timer. 15 minutes per content max. No, that undermines the whole purpose. I want to talk about everything so that I never have to talk about stuff again. You can put a little timer on the screen and everything? Absolutely not. There's no way. And that also requires planning, where I have to plan out my notes and make sure that I fit it all in 15 minutes. It's too much effort. Time to forget about chess and start every stream with leak code? Absolutely not. My god. Yeah, way too much attention. Ugh. But it's so annoying because I probably without a doubt in the jobs I'm going to be applying for, which is research positions, you're not going to be doing any of this programming stuff, these low level data structures and algorithm stuff, but they ask it in the interview, so I still need to know it. So anyway, it's fun. I enjoy this stuff though, so no complaining from me. All right. I have no topics today, besides apparently right before the stream. Oh, I guess that's one way. If you ever want to see if I'm streaming tonight and I haven't announced it yet, just if you go to this unlisted playlist and you start seeing that videos have been added to it, that probably means it's been it's 10 minutes before the stream and I'm trying to find videos that I'm interested in. But anyway, that brings me to this random color quiz or something. I don't know what this is. Wait, why isn't it even loading? Oh, let me have a look. I don't know what this is, but it was a quiz that was online and I was like, I'm going to do it. Had something to do with colors. Oh my god, it looks like the website actually just went down. So there we go. You guys must have crashed it, all your bandwidth. Anyway, now we just got videos. Are you excited for Godzilla X Kong? The only Godzilla thing I'm excited for is Godzilla -1, whenever that comes out. Because, it's an Oscar winner. Isn't that crazy? Wikipedia. No, wait. Oscar winners. 2023 or 2024? I don't know. Where is it? This is a terrible layout. How am I meant to understand anything from this? I don't care about actors. Where's the VFX? Best Picture? Ugh, Oppenheimer. What are the other ones? American Fiction? Never heard of it. Anatomy of a Fall? I have heard of that. I think, did Kai Entertainment watch this? Or did someone I watch reviews for watch this? I know Barbie, that's interesting. Never heard of Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon. Heard of that. Maestro. Never heard of it. Past Lives. I've definitely heard of that. Poor Things. Never heard of it. And The Zone of Interest. Maybe I've heard of that. Oh yeah, the anime thing one as well, right? I saw that on Twitter. Anime. Wait, it wouldn't be anime. Heron or something, right? Oh my god, can you believe it, guys? Anime is going mainstream. If only Akira Toriyama was here to witness this. He'd be so happy, I'm sure. Was the VFX. Visual effects. Winner, Godzilla -1. It even beat out The Creator, which is a movie I watched this month, because apparently the VFX were really cool. And they were really cool. So, how exciting. Anyway, how did I get to that? Oh yeah, the Godzilla Kong thing. How to invert a red-black tree. True. If they asked me that right now, I'd be like, I'm sorry, but I don't know what a red-black tree is, and I don't know what invert even means at this point. But don't worry, give me one day of study, and I'll be able to master it, I promise you. If 30 seconds. 30 seconds is all I'm going to need in a day from now. Invincible is soon too. Yeah, for the last 4 episodes of Invincible Season 2. Funny. Look at this. It's an Invincible reference here. I hate power scaling, kinda. Anyway, we've got a lot of interesting videos here today. Because I actually, somehow on YouTube here, I don't know if it'll show up now, but there was a video essays tab and I clicked on it. No, it's not anymore, right? I assume this is like AI curated to find something that's interesting to me. But I clicked video essays and it had like a bunch of really good stuff. But who knows if these are actually any good or not. But where does this start? I got another... I have the why 4:3 looks so good, and I think I have another like 4:3 video. Yeah, 4:3 is the perfect aspect ratio.
The internet is facing a crisis.
Anyway, we can go down that rabbit hole, but I'm not interested at all. Got that Shonen video. I have some Avatar videos that I'm interested in because I want to kind of see what the popular YouTubers are saying about it, so I can form my own opinion. What else was there? Oh yeah, this one. I assume it's like a meme or something.
Look, I think Poor
Anyway, let's speed this up. We don't watch sketches at one time speed.
Things might be my new favorite movie. Is that right? Aesthetically gorgeous. Aesthetically, right? Do you have a favorite movie? Yeah, I should really see Poor Things. That's what I said. So your favorite movie?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Why? What? Probably something by Arnold Tarkovsky.
Which Tarkovsky movie?
Oh, the one with the water and the leaves.
That could be any of them.
Okay, so my favorite movie doesn't fit your academic standards. So it isn't Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA, Bellatar, Kubrick, Stanley Kubrick. Okay. So it isn't directed by Academy Award winner Green Book film. So it isn't a film by Claire Danes. Is it Revenge of the Sith? I actually like that movie, right? I mean, it's the best of the prequels. And I've seen you watch it like 100 times. I'm not judging you. A movie doesn't have to fit a certain criteria just to be deemed worthy of love. I like episode 3. Nerd. What? Nerd! Why? My favorite movie is Moral Tambourine.
All right. Well, that was the video. Disney response to the critical drinker and toxic fandom 4:3. Oh yeah, we got the JJK, of course. We also have the we got this one, which I am interested in, but 2 hours. Oh my lord. Oh my god, that was Revy from Black Lagoon. And is that Rock in the background? Oh my god, I know my Black Lagoon lore now. What are the... Let me see which ones I'm most interested in. Power scaling I'm interested in. The Goku one is probably a bit too long. This one's interesting. Zahir, I am interested in... There was one about how Korra's still bad or something. I know people don't like Season 2. I'm interested to see why people don't like Season 2. What else? We got an Eren Yeager short video. And then we can do the average length one. Alright. Oh boy. There's a character in Shogun who you'll be like drooling emoji. And she's also a main character in Monarch. Okay, interesting. I haven't seen Monarch either, but I've been watching a bunch of power scaling videos. They are peak entertainment. True. Power scaling is like the best thing to ever come of anime. I love it. Oh, God, my eyes. Good times. 6-hour video on why square greater than rectangle. True. Hey, Ari, did you hear that Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, died? Did he really? No shot. Wait. Wikipedia. Akira Toriyama. Is it in past tense? Death. Died. Oh my god, he did die. That's crazy. Wait, what did he die of? On March 1st, 2024, Toriyama died from an acute subdural hematoma. Tragedy at age 68. So young. Anyway. That's shocking. This is shocking to me, Ciclet. I did a short. Oh my god, Ciclet made a short. I hope it is about Akira Toriyama. Remember when Ciclet used to stream and then he just like stopped? Because I assume he got busy with like studies or something. Oh no, what is this? What is this? Oh my god. Oh my god, he's like the Joker in the Joker movie, guys. It's crazy. Okay. 30 comments. Jesus Christ. Now you can watch Boku no Pico and explain why the protagonist did nothing wrong. Oh my god. Crazy. I feel like I'd scroll past this on TikTok and I'd like favorite this. I'd be like, this is crazy. This random guy complaining about getting banned on Berserk and it's like, he's got music and stuff. Crazy. Anyway. Ugh. Something in my eye right now. Except it's way better on the TikTok version. Oh yeah, oh my god, that's what I just, I didn't really say that, but I mentioned TikTok, so that's cool enough. I don't like Season 2 of Korra but I don't remember anything about it. All you need to remember is that season 2 of Korra has it has the not remembrances. It has the Avatar 1 episodes, which are like the best things that Avatar has ever done. So it's already a 10 out of 10 for that. Oh yeah, Ari, watch Shogun. It sounds good. I mean, it's good. We'll see. All right, it's a new show. I have no idea how many episodes it's gonna have. Shogun. Just to be a Wikipedia thing, right? Shogun. You know what this would be? Shogun, how many episodes? Oh my god, it came out in 1980? 10 episodes, okay, interesting. Let me know when there's 9 episodes out, alright? Then we can judge whether it's actually good or not. I'll wait till after you watch Top Boy and Shogun to suggest Monarch. Okay, true. Does it hit as hard as Mira? No, because like I wasn't actively consuming any Dragon Ball stuff, but Berserk, he died while I was reading. So it was an absolute tragedy that this story I was currently reading would never get a conclusion. Whereas Dragon Ball Z had a perfect conclusion. And then Dragon Ball GT was even perfecter, so I was satisfied with the ending of that. No, at least Toriyama finished this story, absolutely true. No, Ari, it's better on TikTok. I believe you, Ciclet. If only there was a way to send TikToks, but there isn't, because you can only send YouTube videos. TikTok, I assume it's just Ciclet. I don't even know if I can watch TikToks on here if it's logged out. No, I assume it's not Ciclet. Ciclet 1? No idea. Did you know that the Tournament of Power takes place in an infinite void, and Goku was able to shake the infinite void? Power scalars bring it up a bunch. I don't even remember him shaking the infinite void, but I also, how do we even know it's infinite? Just because they said it's infinite? Oh my god. I haven't, is that his like grandest achievement? What else is there? What else has Goku ever done? I feel like there'd probably be something where it's like he traveled faster than the speed of light, and that would like ruin the entire physics of the universe, and he could like literally be a god at that point or something. I imagine that's probably like something that you could read into. I don't know. I haven't read Berserk, but I can relate. True. You know what you need to do? Read Berserk. How is 10 episodes a miniseries? Because it's probably one and done. Like it's 10 episodes and it's over forever. It's a series and it has less episodes than Family Guy. I feel like it's every series, right? Because assumably there's no season 2, source content ends, and then a message was retracted. Crazy. We get that every now and then. Every few weeks, someone will retract a message and I'll never know what it said. Except I guess it technically prints out on the screen, so if I go back to the VOD, it would show me, I guess. I'm not going to be surprised if they do later seasons with other eras. Oh my god, is it like Westworld, where they have like different eras because the technology of the AI or whatever? That's pretty cool. So crazily popular. What about raising a family? No bigger achievement? That's a good point. I guess raising a family is the ultimate achievement, isn't it? Goku and Beerus almost how did he actually how did the story of Super end? He didn't die, did he? Wait. No, he just like goes back to, is he even with his family? I guess he's fighting Vegeta at the end, right? I guess it's implied that he's still with his family. Remember when everyone, I wasn't there for this because I wasn't like in the fandom, but apparently it was a thing where everyone thought Goku Black was Goten or something, like Goten turned dark or something in the future, something like that. I don't know, crazy theory. Goku and Beerus almost, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, Goku and Beerus almost destroying the universe by trading punches comes up a lot too. That was the first thing my mind went to, but then I thought shaking an infinite void is probably more powerful than that. And also he kind of requires Beerus on the other end for that. And it's not really his power, it's like the two powers converging that do it when they're like punching each other. And also that's only in the anime, right? Where the true canon is the movies. And that never happened in the movies. That's quite the opinion, Poonie. True. Limmy Video Ari, oh my god. All Limmy does is he just confuses me, alright? He says things and I never understand what he's saying. And this one's 2 minutes long. Alright, we gotta speed this up. Sticklet loves it when I speed up these clips.
People talk about June 2, right?
Like, what did he just say? The Gen 2? Wait.
I saw people talk about June 2, right? I say June.
Is that the game he's looking at? What's Gen 2?
Alright, I don't say June. I saw one or two.
Oh, June. Oh my god, okay. This better not spoil things.
we talk about the third act. Or the
If this is like talking about Dune spoilers, I don't want any of this, alright? I don't want to know nothing about the third act or anything like that. I just want to watch Dune blind, alright? Let me video Ari. Yes, the Goten theories were so stupid. True. See, I never got a chance to theorize because I just like binged that entire arc all at once. I stopped watching DBZ during the Majin Buu saga. Oh yeah, you mentioned that last stream. True, all this is gibberish to me. You know what? Forget Berserk. Just go watch the Buu saga. It's like better than Berserk. I've never watched DBZ. Well, that's a shame because it's one of the greatest things that mankind has ever produced. And Ciclet's, he's coping. He's saying it's actually not about Dune. Just like that one time he sent that video, told me to watch that scene from the old Dune, and he's like, this has nothing to do with the modern Dune. It has everything to do with it. Scottish accent equals comedy. No, funny people. Limmy, this guy is funny, right? I've laughed at this guy. But Scottish accent is sometimes hard to understand. That's what that means. Click on the debate I sent. There was a debate? Oh, wow. I didn't even see this. Multi-year university debater tries debating Seth the programmer on Dragon Ball. Oh boy. I feel like I'm assuming Seth the programmer is like the Star Wars theory of like Dragon Ball or something. Like if you were to, I could imagine a title like this, but instead of like Seth the programmer, it would be like Star Wars theory and then Star Wars or something. Anyway, we'll watch this. It's not talking about Dune spoilers. Pity Rubber, I think he's just Scottish. All right, well, you know what? If it's not talking about Dune spoilers, I'll keep it in mind. All right, we'll watch it after this. I think it's just Scottish. I believe you. It's about the idea. Oh my god. Oh, the idea of the third act in general, I assume. Same here. Some series I want to read physically instead of on a screen. Okay, no, I completely disagree with that. I read everything on a screen. By the way, Ari, Destiny versus normal Finkelstein drops tomorrow or the day after. That is true, all right? I do read the subreddit. I do see Lex Friedman's posts on there. Don't worry. I'm up to date on all this. I am actually interested in that. I just want to see that facial expression that Destiny like mimics all the time. I want to see if Norm actually does it or if Destiny's exaggerating. Anyway, let's see. What is this?
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Sorry, I'm driving, which is a bit dangerous, but I don't care.
Yep.
All right, so basically,
I don't know who's who here. I assume the guy driving is probably the university debater, but I have no idea.
I watched your video, and
Oh, okay, yeah, he must be.
I never
Which
actually
video?
saw the first one that you released on Gogeta versus Broly.
Did you watch the Broly Wars?
Yes, I watched that too.
You watched that? You still disagree? Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yep,
Oh
I saw it.
boy.
Yeah.
Because there's one huge feat of that nobody brought up that I think is very interesting.
What's that?
So basically, we see that in the movie that like how Janemba is created is he's like the energy that like was holding the barrier of like the afterlife, right?
Nope, that is absolutely incorrect.
Is it? That's what I thought it was. I don't even remember. What was that? How did Janemba, he was like cleaning it up and oh god, anyway.
It's literally it's stated in the Daizenshu actually that the reason that the barrier between life and death was destroyed is because he sealed off Yema, and Yema does that.
Okay, then what was that container that?
It was literally just evil energy that they extract from souls before they send them to the afterlife.
Okay, so it doesn't take too much away from my point, or it might or it might not.
Okay.
So basically, if like that's like draining evil energy from people, you know.
Yes, an unquantifiable amount of people.
Yeah.
And there's numerous tanks, by the way.
Yeah, and wouldn't you be able to say that like Cell jumping, like how Cell absorbed people and like jumped to these like insane levels of power?
That's headcanon.
Fair enough, but like.
Wait, what's the headcanon there? Wait.
By the way.
Yeah, and wouldn't you be able to say that like Cell jumping, like how Cell absorbed people and like jumped.
Cell jumping, absorb people.
These like insane levels of power.
That's headcanon.
I don't even understand what the headcanon there is because he definitely absorbed people. But what does jumping have to do with anything? Wait.
Fair enough, but like, okay, so in that container there was the souls of Frieza, there was Cell, there was Vegeta in there.
That's not true though, because the Toeiverse, Frieza and Cell still have their bodies and they're still evil.
But then how did they get into hell then? Because everyone goes through that process.
Yes, most people do, but the villains are.
Wait, is the Toeiverse Dragon Ball GT? What does he mean by that? Or is that like just the canon of the anime or something?
That's not true though, because the Toeiverse, Frieza and Cell still have their bodies and they're still evil.
But then how did they get into hell then? Because everyone goes through that process.
Yes, most people do, but the villains are never shown going through it because they still have their bodies. So what happens is that they extract the evil from your soul and they take away your body and send you to the afterlife. However, the villains are never shown doing that.
But they're also never shown not doing that.
Well, that's headcanon because we see their bodies and they're clearly distinct from actual souls in the verse which don't have bodies.
But how do we know that that's not just like the movie or whatever it is, the show, just like giving us something to look at, so we're not just looking at this little like ghost of Cell or ghost of Frieza. Like, they're giving
That
us
is
something to look
True, it could be an abstraction,
That
right?
is so much headcanon. How can you think that's an argument?
at. But how?
True.
Like it's kind of. I mean, fair enough.
You know what he should say? He should be like, how do you know that anything you're seeing on screen is literal? Like, maybe it's all metaphorical. Maybe Goku doesn't exist and Goku is a representation of the idea of, like, herohood or something, or striving for a greater power.
All right, fair
Okay.
enough.
You
My
watched
other
all the
point-
videos and that's what you came up with?
It's not the only thing I came up with.
Okay, well give me something better then.
All right, my other thing is that Goku does say to that little blobbly, like, fat Janemba, he says that that guy could blow up the universe.
No, he says he's a threat to the universe, which he is.
But wouldn't that then kind of like, isn't that what people said
No.
about Broly?
Nope.
Then what did people say about
People
Broly?
said that Broly in his base form was going to destroy the universe within his Saiyan lifespan. Janemba being a
Okay.
threat to the stability of the universe is more so he's fucking with people like Yema in the afterlife, and he's obviously sending villains to other planets where they're killing everyone. Yes, he is a threat to the universe.
Okay,
However, that is not in the same context as
This poor guy. Oh my god.
Broly actually destroying absolutely everything within 100 years. There's no time frame given for Janemba at all. We don't even know what his lifespan is.
Okay. I think that the fact that it's like that, like fat, like bubbly Janemba, and that he's a threat. Like,
this
you know, he
this
goes
is going to be
into
more
his-
headcanon, man. You know where you're going. You're just going to say he got stronger, but you can't quantify by how much. Come on, don't go there. Do you have a different argument?
I mean, do I have a chance to elaborate on that a little bit? Because
I mean, you can, but you know it's just going to be okay. Just go ahead.
all right. So I'll start with Broly here. Like, we know that, like, you know, he fought Gohan. He was using his Super Saiyan. Gohan was in base. Then Gohan went into like Super Saiyan 2, and Broly went Berserker. So the difference between, you know, like the multiplier for Berserker can't be anything like crazy like how the
It's
God
legendary
multiplier-
Super Saiyan. It's not Berserker in the movies.
or legendary. My bad. Like, it can't be anything like beyond 200. I mean, that's
This guy, all the small mistakes are accumulating.
sorry,
Oh my
I know it's
god.
headcanon, but like just taking like logic, like it
That's
can't be
crazy.
like insane.
It's
radical
beyond
number.
1,000 actually, but yeah, try.
Well, how would it be beyond 1,000 if like
It's a
Gohan
bare
was-
minimum 500 and highballing like 1,000 plus, because Super Saiyan Grade 3 is stated 10 times stronger than Super Saiyan, and Grade 2
But
is hold on, Grade 2 is stated Super Saiyan 2 is stated as the strongest Super Saiyan grade.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I actually didn't know that, so that
Yep.
changes a bit. But anyway, so you're right that I can't quantify like how much stronger Janemba got.
Well, then
We
it's not
do
an
know-
argument, man. You can just input any number.
Well, right, but I'm not going to input any number. I'm not just going to throw out some random number. Like, we know that Super Saiyan 3 Goku is stronger than this like universal Janemba. And then
He's
we
not
know
universal though.
That, like you said, universal threat. That's what you said.
He's a
like,
universal
like,
threat, but that's unquantifiable. Because we don't know the lifespan of Janemba, and we don't know what Goku means by universal threat. It could mean, oh, he's sealing away people who control the afterlife. That's a threat to the universe. King Kai thought Frieza was a threat to the universe because he was going to rule every planet, and basically Frieza ruling every planet is the destruction of the universe because he owns the universe.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
All right. Well then, I got nothing.
All right, well,
What a debate. My god. You know what? Maybe it is worth getting into this power scaling stuff. It sounds very fun. I could imagine using ChatGPT to generate, like, responses to arguments like that. That'd be really funny to, like, troll someone like that. Like, to hook it up to, like, an AI voice or something and say you're driving in a car. So that's where there's, like, delay or something. That'd be really fun. Alright. The thing called Destiny. True. Oh my god, he just tweeted out something about that. A picture. It was really funny. Huge disagree. I read Harry Potter on Page, and it was something else to reading a volume from an EPUB reader. Well, I also read Harry Potter on a page, right? I read every single book back when I was but a small child. And I also have never... Actually, I don't know if I've ever read a book digitally, to be fair. I just listen to audiobooks, that's the answer. But all the manga I read is all digital, so that's what my actual take on that. Aren't our eyes screens? You're always reading with screens. Yeah, true, our eyes are screens, and they can only see like 10 FPS anyway, so why have a high resolution monitor, alright? Seth the programmer is unironically the smartest man on the planet, by the way. Okay. The actually Lamau. I've never seen a debate like this where a guy gets shut down on every single point and concedes so easily. That's true. I mean, he was just fighting against the truth, which you'll always lose a fight against the truth. You've never seen Hassan debate liberals. It's a funny comeback there. All right. And Heath is dabbing. Okay. No. I hate the autoplay. Oh my god, it's an hour long. Jesus. Alright, we're watching the short 6-minute, which will probably be like 5 minutes if I speed it up, AOT video. Why Aaron did what every anti-hero couldn't. And I guess we'll probably stop this if I figure out that it's a really bad video straight away.
Titan is a masterful piece of art that aims to send a unique message.
And guys, beware, this is 85 subscribers. So this could be the person's first video, right? Let's not be too harsh or anything. Oh no, it's their third video. We can be as harsh as we want.
A story that dives into our greatest fears, our flawed nature, and our comprehension of life and freedom. The story opens on Shiganshina, a city surrounded by massive walls that isolate it from the outside world, and the people inside live in fear of what lies on the other side, unable to experience the wonders of the earth. Those at the top benefit from this. By keeping people ignorant and controlled by their fear, they can keep their comfortable lives. It's in our nature to fear what we don't understand, and only those who are brave enough seek the knowledge that lies on the other side. But their world is a world where curiosity has become a crime, and the thought of a life outside the walls is for those who are willing to throw their life away. A kid frustrated with living this cruel life. He's tired of living in fear, feeling powerless. Soon enough, Eren witnesses what it's really like to be powerless, as the Titans attack Shiganshina. He watches as his mom is trapped underneath the rubble, unable to do anything for her, but watch as she gets closer to her demise. And now, he has nothing to do but fight to avenge his mother. It's clear that Eren is a victim of trauma which reshaped itself into uncontrollable rage. As soon as Eren gains his power, people immediately see him as the enemy, even if he had done nothing but help them. At that moment, he realizes that no matter what he does, these people will always see him as a Titan, just a monster. Even though Eren has gained the power to kill the Titans, he still finds himself powerless whenever the people he cares about need him the most. He watches the Levi squad get picked off one by one as he scours away in fear. It's not until he meets a Titan that killed his mom for one more time when he feels utterly powerless. He watches Hannes suffer the same fate as his mom, and once more he can do nothing but watch. All of this sends Eren down the spiral of questioning why he was chosen to bear this power. Why him? All he does is put the lives of those he cares about in danger. Mikasa, Armin, and the entire Survey Corps have put all their hope and faith in Eren. During his kidnapping, Lord Rice reveals the truth behind his power. Maybe he isn't special. Just his father's mistake. Maybe he's really just an idiot with power. A kid fueled by rage who knows nothing but to kill or be killed. It's not until the moment he learns the truth of this world where he realizes that the world that he and Armin had imagined is nothing but a fantasy. The freedom he had sought was built on an idealistic view of the world, opposite to what really awaited him outside the island. A world full of oppression, hatred, and wars. It started becoming clear that the real enemy weren't the Titans, but were the humans who fought amongst themselves. As his father's memories were revealed to him, he understood that the life of an Eldian is one of suffering and oppression, where they have nothing to do but accept this label they were given. Maybe there wasn't a wall keeping the Eldians from being free, but were the walls of oppression that killed Grish's sister, a young girl robbed of her freedom just because she wanted to see the world. The Titans weren't the enemies, but the victims of a mass genocide. When Eren's future was revealed to him, he tried to fight the inevitable, but he realized that he was never meant to win. He had to become the villain of his own story. As he pushes Grisha to kill the Rice family, leads the Titan towards his own mother, and betrays Zeke, Eren has embraced the role of the villain in his own story. The colossal Titans began moving, destroying everything and everyone that came in their way, all in the hope of giving his friends a better life, one without oppression and a constant war to defend their right to live, even if he had to turn them against him, even if it came at the cost of everyone he cared about. Maybe he couldn't be free of this horrifying future, but he could help everyone else live the life they've always dreamt of. He has one final conversation with everyone to explain that there was no other way. Maybe he can't show the world that he isn't a monster, but his friends would understand. He lives the life he always wanted with Mikasa, one where he ran away from the Marlians and abandoned everyone he knew. But if we take a look back, we understand why this life would be worse for everyone else. Even though Eren and Mikasa could be happy, it came at the cost of everyone else. It meant that the Eldians would keep the cycle going on for centuries, and his friends would live their lives running away, knowing that they had to see their friends die for nothing. What was it all worth if it meant escaping from one hell and going into another? We also get to watch Eren and Armin have one last conversation, where Eren explains everything he did. During this conversation, one thing becomes apparent, and that's how different Eren and Armin are. As Eren explains why he had no choice but to kill everyone, Armin still wanted to save everyone through peace, making Armin's punch much more meaningful. After Armin's punch, Eren breaks down, showing how much he sacrificed by giving into his destiny. The life he could have had with Mikasa, the world he always dreamt of seeing, and the people he had to lose, all in the hope of freeing his people from their cruel fates, where they have to accept themselves as the demons who bring pain and suffering. Armin and Eren end their conversation with one final hug, where they look forward to the day they meet again. After this conversation, I understood that Eren didn't change between season 3 and 4. However, it was just a case of a man who had lost hope in living the life he wanted. Nothing has meaning to him anymore, and there's nothing to lose, so the story will always continue without him. And the story ends with Mikasa freeing Eren from his suffering, as he looks into her eyes for one last time. Why? Why did Eren do all of this? What was it all for? In my opinion, Eren never did any of this for himself. It was him trying to free his friends in the only way he could. Even if Eren's death didn't help humanity, it did help his friends experience their own perception of freedom. It's clear that this show wanted to display how humans can be the enemies of their own story, each one controlled by something. Even if Eren thinks that he did this for himself, it's clear that his friends got to live the life they wanted because of what he did. After the show concluded, many still question if Eren was right or wrong, if they were Team Mikasa and Armin or Team Eren. But I think that this misses the point of the show. Attack on Titan wanted to mirror the real world through fiction, and it was really good at keeping this conflict of who's right or wrong going on right until the very end. As the show progressed, it wasn't as simple as humans v Titans anymore, but it was a show that wanted to dive deeper into humans' destructive nature. Whenever people ask who was in the right, the conversation gets tricky, as I think that this show's characters lie in a moral gray area, where you can understand why each and every one of them did
Oh no. As the anti-Kyle entertainment talking point, right?
what they did, but it still doesn't make them good people. How do we even know who are the good people? Maybe being a good person doesn't mean doing the righteous thing all the time, but it might be being the best person you can to the people you care about. To wrap this video up, I think that maybe we can find the peace that Eren envisioned, but it's through the small things we cherish doing that we learn how to forget about the world and just enjoy the moment.
Hello and welcome
Oh
to
my
the
God.
segment.
Alright, a few things. Firstly, this feels like a video I would make, right? I like this. Whatever you call this style of video making, where it's like You have a nice script, alright? It's got the nice happy music. I always like it when the music links up very well with the visuals. What song was that? Filaments by Scott Buckley. I assume this is from the YouTube library? It's a good choice, whatever it is. Like, I think it meets the emotional... the thing he's trying to convey, I guess, about Aaron's sad life or whatever, losing hope. I think this is... it kind of lost me at the end when he's talking about how the debate of whether what Aaron did was right or wrong. Like, I don't know, what would even be the argument of it being right? Like, he did the right thing. Who would possibly argue that, right? So I guess, I don't know. But it was a nice, cute, short video. Very good for someone who only has 85 subscribers. This is better than my first video, for sure. Got a lot of views. A bunch of AOT comments. I can't imagine reading a 2,000-page book by holding it in my hands. Well, you just lie down on a bed. You know, it's more comfortable that way. Sounds like torture. This sounds like a video. This video sounded like AI voice recorded, even if it wasn't. Oh, wait, I didn't even think of that. Nothing stood out to me as that. Let's hear that again.
Live in fear of what lies on the other side, unable to experience the wonder.
No, I'd be shocked if that was AI. Guy, but it could be. It very well could be. Guys killing billions is morally great. That's what I was a bit confused about. I'm like, how would you argue that it's good? Yeah. I feel like there was something else he said here. I don't know. This was a very descriptive video, I guess, right until the end, where he started going into the why, I guess. I don't know. AOT videos consistently put me to sleep. It's impressive. You know what, Miller? I enjoyed this video. I would give this a 4 out of 5, just because of the style of the video. The music tied well with what he was saying and the visuals, and I think it works well. Even if the grander point wasn't anything particularly interesting. Alright. I do want to watch this. Jujutsu Kaisen animator tells all day in the life of a map of Meltdown, but it is 2 hours, and I don't want to, like... I guess we could... You know what? Should we watch the first 10 minutes? What are the questions? Intro... How'd you get into the anime industry? Is the anime industry a small world? How did you land a role for JJK? Or is there a section in this, I wonder, that's probably the most interesting? What were your perceptions of Mappa before JJK? Why didn't Lee Lycree... Oh my god. This is Lycree or whatever. Is that the person who made the video? Oh my god, it is. So I must have followed them on Twitter because I keep seeing this person, I assume it's pronounced Lycree, I don't know how it is, but they always retweet art and stuff. And it's like always cool art. And I'm like, oh, who is this person that I randomly followed one day? But oh, I guess it's this person. So anyway, I have a favorable view of this person now. I had no idea it was them. Anyway. Watch JJK power scaling videos instead. True. I think this is the video I'm the most interested in, but also I don't think I'd have anything to say during the stream. But we'll keep it open for now. The Korra video I'm also very interested in, but it is 2 hours long. How long is the power... Do I have a power scaling video? JJK... Oh, no, I can't even watch JJK power scaling videos because it's like spoilers and stuff. We'll start the Korra video, but I'll probably end this pretty quickly because it'll be bad arguments, I'm sure.
This apple represents Avatar Last Airbender. As you can tell, it's flawless. Good skin, no dents.
What about the Great Divide? What about the Deus Ex Machina of Aang going into the Avatar state because he hit his back in the final episode? I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff I could come up with.
Fully organic, and the best part? Tastes delicious. Now you know you can't go wrong. From the skin to its core, it is an amazing apple. Now what if I told you I can get you an apple from the same farm? Scratch that, I can get you an apple from the same tree, from the same vine, picked by the same farmer, and shipped to you in the same truck. Would you eat that apple?
I don't like apples.
Damn. This apple represents the legend of Korra. It looks just as good as the original, right? In fact, I'd say its skin looks even better. See, there's just one problem though. It's got a couple bruises in it. Do you want to eat this apple?
No, I don't like apples.
Eat the apple. Now would you say that apple is good?
It was me.
Well, why? It was the same as the other apple, it just had a few bruises in it.
Yeah, but those bruises were pretty annoying to get through.
Why don't you say it's a good apple?
Because I had a lot of bruises on it.
All the good qualities, the texture, the skin, the taste, all of it was good.
I mean, all I remember are the bruises.
And that, my friend, is the Legend of Korra in an apple. A good show, but the flaws stick out way more than its strengths. And this was just season 1. Now, let's check out season 2.
That was a cool, like, teaser at the beginning. I like that.
Now, to get everyone on the same page, I will now, with minimal snark and tangents, summarize the events of Season 2. This will spoil things, and that is your only spoiler warning for a show that aired 8 years ago. Alright, let's begin. This season.
Spoiler warning, guys. Will you ever read JJK? I'm waiting for Bacon, alright? Let Bacon know to... well, in fairness, Bacon is also waiting for out-of-stock stuff that he wants to read, I think. But don't worry, we'll get through it eventually. Don't get too excited, though. Who knows when it'll be, but eventually we're going to read Jujutsu Kaisen, don't worry.
Season takes place 6 months after Season 1 ended. Korra can now use all 4 elements, but hasn't put it together that air blasts don't equal mastery. She can also use the Avatar State for unexplained reasons, most likely because it got nerfed between series, and now it's just a generic power-up. Taking a family vacation to her hometown for the holidays, she meets back up with her parents and her uncle, who is the chief of the Northern Water Tribe. His name is Unalak, and he's the worst. With 2 default settings, confused rambling about how he owns the South, think Queen of England and Canada, and preaching endlessly about the spirits, which we find out this season have been reduced to generic Pokemon. A spirit attack?
Maybe he'll talk about it. Like, what was the appeal of spirits? Like, oh my
But
god.
Unalak uses water therapy to...
Surely that's not an actual criticism people have, right? Like, you know what? There's probably... I could probably find a... Alright, Reddit. Why don't you like The Legend of Korra Season 2? What's like an actual, like, steel man of why people don't like it? Why is it so disliked? My problem with Season 2, and I like Legend of Korra more than I like Avatar The Last Airbender, mind you, Korra's behavior. Okay, this is valid. I remember she had like a big thing where she like kicked Marco's desk and there was like love triangle stuff and everyone was mad and stuff. I could understand that being a valid thing to not like this over. From the humility she learned by the end of Season 1, there's nothing more. She's downright mean to her mom, and her dad does not get a lot of love either. Okay, I don't remember that at all, but that's certainly interesting. Unalak starts off decent, but quickly becomes mustache twirling idiot. I can also buy that. That's probable. I don't remember too much about Unalak. The final fight is a bit of a letdown. No, I love the final fight. I don't have an issue with that. But I guess I can understand why people wouldn't like it. It's like basically 2 monsters just fighting, like Godzilla versus Kong or whatever. While the stakes are extremely high, much higher than in any fight we've seen on the screen in Avatar: Last Step in the Universe, the resolution to it isn't that fun. Just 2 giants, doing giant swings. Would have been cooler to have some crazy Avatar on Avatar bending, causing enormous destruction in their wake. The triangle drama is peaking this season, which does not help. I think this is my only actual criticism of Season 2 would be I just remember it being so boring, the love triangle stuff. But yeah. Alright, this is at least interesting. There's great stuff in it too, absolutely. Somebody one would focus. Season 2 is all over. I don't know. That's a terrible criticism. Oh, it's not really that bad, in fact. Oh my god. This is the worst criticism. I was mostly fine with the entire season until they removed the avatars linked to their past lives, and then said they can't come back. That was one of my favorite parts of The Last Airbender, and was so excited at the end of Season 1 when Korra finally meets Aang. This is the worst criticism because the story cannot possibly do something that I don't like. Alright, there you go. That's not a good reason to not like it, but to criticize that comment, but it frustrates me when I see people say that, because that was a really cool element that the show did, all right? They were brave enough to actually do something that was unpopular. By the way, no, wait. Will he acknowledge that Avatar: The Last Airbender has too many episodic episodes? I guess early on, right? It really only is book 1, isn't it? I guess, because everything else really feels like it's built, even the episodic stuff like Sokka's Master or like the Ba Sing Se episodes, like they all tie into like the grander characters and stuff, but there's a lot of stuff in book 1 I feel like that wasn't, or was very loosely tied to characters. Remember the amnesia, oh wait, no. Yeah, remember the amnesia storyline, Lamau. I actually didn't remember that. But damn, that lasts quite a while, doesn't it? Because I don't even remember the details. Wasn't she like attacked by a spirit or something? And then yeah, she goes, that's right, Desna like attacks her or something, and because she was stealing Bolin or something like that. Oh god, I need to rewatch book 2. I just need to rewatch The Legend of Korra. By the way, was Avatar: The Last Airbender ending controversial? I don't think so. I think it was really good. I love it. I think it's like those last 4 episodes are the best of the show, well, I wouldn't say it's the best of the universe. Korra has some really good stuff. But it's undeniably the best of the show and is 10 out of 10 stuff. I'm just trying to come up with a reason, like someone like this, not someone like this, but like a typical person who would have criticisms of like TV shows. What would they criticize Avatar for? And I imagine how do you, I don't know how you say this, Deus Ex Machina of the ending and the lion turtle and all that. I imagine people would probably have issues with that, but I don't. I like it. Remember the amnesia story? Not really. 99% of people will say it's perfect. Yeah, true. A giant turtle coming out of the ocean to help Aang. That's all I remember. Yeah. But that was really cool because it had the chanting music and stuff, and it was like, oh my god, this ancient being has come to like help restore balance of the world. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I'm sure some people still complain about that. I've seen more people defend it over time though. She breaks up with Mako, loses her memory, then forgets they broke up and kisses him, and then then Asami was involved in that, and wait, was it Asami? Yeah, I think it was Asami who was involved in that. Soap opera storyline. Yeah, that's my one thing I remember not liking in season 2. But I do remember when she like kicked Mako's desk. It was pretty funny. And she also threatened to kill the judge guy, right? I saw like a clip about that recently. That was really funny. Oh, I can't even watch Legend of Korra clips. Korra threatens to kill judge. Well, I don't know. Anyway.
The Northern Water Tribe. His name is Unalaq, and he's the worst. With 2 default settings, confused rambling about how he owns the South, think Queen of England and Canada, and preaching endlessly about the spirits, which we find out this season have been reduced to generic Pokemon. A spirit attacks, but Unalaq uses water therapy to subdue it. He also reveals that Korra's 14 years of house arrest wasn't Aang's idea, but Tenzin's and her dad's. No one feels like revealing that the reason why this happened was because there's a shadow conspiracy out to kidnap the Avatar, so Korra, out of development and father figures, is now only listening to her creepy religious uncle. Korra is also dating Mako at this time, and it's painful, as Mako continues to be generic, while Korra is written to be incredibly bitchy and short-tempered with everyone around her, to make her mid-season transition more pronounced. But this move, only succeeded in alienating her supporters and galvanizing her haters. Next, they take a field trip to the center of the South Pole to unlock a spirit portal that will let
Oh, that was so cool. I just remembered this.
physically walk into the spirit world, reducing the spirit realm to Wonderland and trading mystery for oversaturation. Korra gets the portal open, finds out her dad was exiled for war crimes, and flooding a forest that causes spirits to attack. Also, Unalaq has brought an entire fleet to invade the South Pole. In the name of peace, brain-dead Korra is letting all this happen as the South Pole starts to look a lot like 50s Algeria. Believing that her sketchy uncle will sort things out, she is completely blind to what's going on, even rescuing her uncle from some freedom fighters. Korra's parents get jailed for association, and despite her mom getting clemency thanks to her uncle, everyone else gets life imprisonment. During all this, Asami has her subplot about saving her company for the 100th time, but this is only an excuse to bring
Oh, then we get Varric. Oh, wait, is he gonna like Varric? I hope he does.
Varric, a rich entrepreneur who gets some of the best laughs in the show. Himbo Bolin, lacking any motivation or agency, gets into an abusive relationship with Eska, Unalaq's daughter and Mai's clone. Seeing her family get oppressed makes Korra finally turn against her uncle, who's gone full generic supervillain. There, Korra fails to start a war because the president doesn't want to get involved with any of this mess. Mako, lacking any skills outside of beating people up and being extremely self-important, has naturally joined the cops. Spills the beans about Korra's plan to team up with Zuko's 37-year-old grandson, Iroh, who is about to betray his country and use his fleet to help the Avatar. Korra and Mako finally break up and become seafood.
Oh my god, that was the shot I was talking about. Isn't that crazy when she kicked the desk?
Use his fleet to help the Avatar. Korra and Mako
Alright, watch this, guys. Ready? This is the coolest shot in all of Avatar.
finally break up and become
How cool was that? Oh my god.
seafood. Waking up in a Fire Nation commune, whose only medical treatment is pit therapy, where we turn back the clock on all the previous avatars to meet the first, Avatar Wan, who's just Aladdin with worse hair. This leads into the backstory that no one wanted, and after watching it, really didn't want. And
Oh, so this guy's an idiot. Oh my god, he doesn't like the origin story. Anyway. She breaks out. Oh, you read that already. Spirits are so much better in Korra. Yeah, we hardly get them in Avatar. Oh my god. The relationship stuff in Korra is probably the worst stuff, just time wasting most of the time, and Korra and Asami should have had more scenes together to lead to that ending. Maybe, I don't know. All I need is that one scene where Korra blushes when Asami compliments her hair. That's all I need. That was enough for me. Alright. The Legend of Horror? What is this?
Water, earth, fire, air. I used to reminisce about the old days of the Avatar fandom, a time of peace, when Western TV animation was finally being shown as a potential medium for good storytelling. But that all changed when the Nickelodeon executives attacked. Only head writer Aaron Ehaws mastered the storytelling elements. Only by following in his footsteps could the ruthless Nick execs be stopped.
This is a very... I can hardly hear what he's saying. I don't know if it's the mic or the music or what.
Mike and Brian needed the most, he vanished. 3 years have passed, and the Nick execs replaced the good Avatar name with The Legend of Korra. At the end of the first season, myself and the other disappointed Avatar fans abandoned Korra to preserve our good memories of the original show, leaving Tumblr to look after the fandom.
Oh my god, Tumblr was a massive part of Korra back in the day, wasn't it? Like, even the creator, or at least one of them, was like big on Tumblr, and they were always like blogging about stuff. That's crazy. It's probably an interesting video to be made if it hasn't already been made about the influence of Tumblr on The Legend of Korra. Or maybe that's what this video is. I have no idea.
Some people believe that Korra was as good as or better than Avatar, and that the series is
Oh my
darker
god, that's me.
and therefore more mature.
Well, I don't know about that.
But I haven't lost hope. I still believe that somehow this review will return them to their senses and save the fandom.
Alright, so I guess just a catchy title. I thought it would be more direct or something. People are such idiots for thinking the lion turtles giving bending contradicts the moon, badger, moles, etc., teaching them... Yeah, true. Well, I mean... Yeah, I think it's pretty dumb to get angry about that, but I could understand if you thought it's like a retcon or something. The Tumblr is responsible for the Korrasami ending. Yeah, almost certainly. True. But I love it. What a great ending. My god. That's enough Korra, alright? I don't think... I'd need to rewatch it to actually make any pointed observations or anything. If extroverts were treated the way shy people are. Oh my god, it's Suyin. Crazy. Oh my god, it's that Freeren girl. Alright, what else have we got on this list? Ooh, okay. How Stephen Moffat created the scariest Doctor Who monster video essay. This was kind of interesting. The Boys and the episode that changed everything. Because I cannot possibly think of any episode of The Boys that would have changed anything. So... I'm curious. I don't know if I'll watch the whole thing, but I'm curious what episode they're talking about. Unless they just choose episode 1. I could understand that being a thing that changes everything. This is crazy. It's just like how I opened my video. Remember this, guys? Wait. Elite. Remember this video, guys? It's like classical music. Crazy.
The Boys season.
That was a rough transition with the music, but I can relate, alright? I've had very rough transitions too. Small channel. It's their most viewed video.
3 just came to an end. I don't believe it's a hot take to say that, even with the mildly divided opinions on its finale, this was the grimiest, angriest, strongest season of the show. They kept pushing many of our favorites.
Is it the strongest season of the show? I don't even remember. What happened in season 2 of The Boys? Oh no, that was the Stormfront stuff. I don't know. It'd be either season 2 or 3 is the best. I don't know.
Favorite characters to their limit, had plenty of plot twists up in store, and maintained the pacing of the season at a high speed, without ever making it feel overwhelming. I personally have always enjoyed this show a lot. It is prime entertainment, and I don't mean that as a slight. On the contrary, I love my serious, brainy dramas, the ones with amazing technical aspects and highbrow narrative, but sometimes I also want something that's fun and fast, but that also respects my intelligence and has great characters to push the story forward. And in that regard, there's no show nowadays that does that better than The Boys. I'm saying all that because, as much fun as this was, I think the show hit a new peak in the middle of the season. One that truly elevated its storytelling and had an execution that, frankly, I've seen only on my favorite shows of all time. As you're probably imagining, I'm talking about episode 6, Herogasm.
Oh no. I guess if there's anyone who hasn't seen The Boys, this was like, before this episode came out, all over social media, and for me it was mainly TikTok, everyone was like hyping up, oh my god guys, just wait, Herogasm's coming, just wait for the next episode of The Boys, it's gonna be so good, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be the best thing ever. And then it happened, and it was like the most mid-episode of all mid-episodes that I've ever seen of anything. And they had this fight at the end, it was like really bad VFX and stuff, and it felt so like the scale of like power scaling was like a mess, and it was a very mid-episode of The Boys. But everyone loves it, besides me, I guess, I don't know, it was crazy. I think generally, The Boys has a very young fan base. I think, like, I would imagine if I were to guess, like, based on what I've seen on like TikTok and stuff, and the type of people leaving comments and making videos and stuff, it feels like The Boys has a very like 14 to 16-year-old male demographic, And a lot of those people are they enjoy the edginess of the boys, and Herogasm is obviously the maximal, like, edginess, like, where you're just going, it's basically what the whole episode is like an orgy, and there's, like, naked people everywhere, and they're having sex, and there's, like, superheroes that are having sex, and there's, like, a big fight at the end between, like, two people, and, you know, the 14 to 16-year-old boys, they love that stuff, you know? But not me. I'm more cerebral than that, you know? Alright, Tumblr... I used to like The Legend of Korra, but then I watched this YouTube video called Legend of Korra. True. You know, there are a lot of people who that a video like that probably would convince them. That's really funny. Yeah, the Korra hate on this scale didn't start until way after it ended. I do remember a lot of people complaining about season 2, but the thing I remember the most was people complaining about the animation of season 2. Like, did it have a different studio or something? I don't remember. I think I probably did. And then I remember that, yeah, I think the Avatar 1 Origin stuff was animated by the same studio as the original show or something, or season 1. I don't know, some stuff going on there. That was the major criticism I heard. But their books 3 and 4, I think, were, like, universally really liked, despite the terrible, like, release schedule of them. That's my understanding of it. Boys fell off after season 1? No. Season 2 and 3 are great. And everyone is for some reason, the finale of season 3, everyone hates it, including the most famous of all the famous normal people out there, Moist Critical. He made a video talking about how the Boys season 3 was, like, it was pretty good, and then the finale was, like, terrible and dog shit, and, like, oh my god, it's so bad. But it's just, like, a good episode. It's, like, it's nothing special, it's nothing terrible, it's just, like, an average episode of The Boys. And anyway, my opinion out there. Boys fell season 1. They turned Homelander from scary to creepy, and creepy into just Trump. Yeah, that's an evolution of a character. We like it. It's kind of cool. There were complaints, but most everyone still liked the show. I'm glad to hear it.
Now, if you're here, as always, I want to warn you. For me to talk about this in detail, it's unavoidable. There will be spoilers. And also because you most likely already know what I'm talking about. Probably the most hyped episode in the show's history, and one that, to the shock of myself and everyone else, ended up delivering way more than promised. We expected a lot of naked bodies and dick jokes, and we got instead this show's version of the Red Wedding, an episode that horrified.
Oh no. I am just curious if this is a very young person making this, or if there are actually people who... What am I trying to say? I guess, like... I feel like you to place so much emphasis on Herogasm, to say it's such, like, a amazing, like, crazy plot twist, and, like, everything is wild in this episode, one of the greatest episodes of television ever, I feel like you had to have not seen much television. Like, not seen, like... the big, like, the famous things, like, I don't know, Game of Thrones, which you referenced here, or, like, Breaking Bad, or, like, The Wire, or, like, all these big, like, prestigious shows which everyone seems to love, and, like, I feel like The Boys is, like, how could you compare this to, like, stuff like that? I don't know, maybe they have seen all that and they still think this? I don't know, to me it just feels crazy.
And one that, to the shock of myself and everyone else, ended up delivering way more than promised. We expected a lot of naked bodies and dick jokes.
Wait, did I just, like, rewind this? Oh, whatever. Anyway... Bruh, people die equals Game of Thrones. What score would you give the... Wait, people die equals Game of Thrones? That is true, you know? That's why Attack on Titan is the Game of Thrones of anime. What score would you give The Boys overall? It'd be like a... It would depend. It'd be like a 3 or 4. Probably a 3. Closer to a 3 than a 4. Like, out of 5. But there's some really good stuff in it. Like, I enjoy it. I know the number one, like, the criticism I see these days is that it's too on the nose or whatever. Like, the social commentary is, like, too in your face. But, like, I don't watch it for the social commentary. I don't know. It's like an added element to it. But I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever because it's making fun of, like, America or something. I don't know. I don't watch it for that reason.
And we got instead this
anyway,
show.
I'm not too interested in this, but... Anyway, one of these days I'll watch a whole video and then we'll get through it and I'll be like, wow guys, I had a lot to say in that one, but it doesn't tend to happen anymore. The Boys episode, Stephen Moffat, could be interesting. Oh, this was, I saw this on Shaves' Digest or something. I was like, that's kind of interesting. This is a channel, like, this is the one that did the poetry thing, which Kind Entertainment loves, I think. I don't even know what I would look for. Alright, I tried, Kyle, alright? I was going to play it, but I can't even find it, so whatever. Should you judge a book by its cover? I have no idea what this video could be about. How can it be the Red Wedding when none of the main characters died? Well, I think it's like, oh, it's a very monumental episode which changes the whole dynamic of the show, and it's like the fight we've been waiting for, but like doesn't go as we expect, and that's probably what they mean by it. By the way, have you seen the video comparing the Boys comic to the TV show? Absolutely not. But I don't read comics, so I'm not going to read it anyway. Oh, why is the audio going left and right in my ears? It's uncomfortable.
But it seems one mustn't judge by the outside is an extract from The Mill on the Floss by George Eliot. It was a novel written in 1860, and that statement has since been reiterated and altered over generations to what is now commonly phrased as, don't judge a book by its cover. The idiom is advised to consider when approaching first impressions, to not judge something or someone from outward appearance alone. And there's merit in the saying. First impressions hold a strong influence towards everything we approach. As told by psychologists Janine Willis and Alexander Todorov, who researched exposure time regarding first impressions, it takes a mere 1/10 of a second to form an impression of a stranger from their face alone. And this, of course, can be applied to book covers too, especially if we want to take the idiom quite literally. There are books out there of which I'm unbothered by the cover, but absolutely love the story, and vice versa too. Books with stunning covers that, well, let's just say their Goodreads rating from me isn't many stars. And to clarify, I think having positive or negative impressions towards a cover is perfectly fine. That's the nature of a cover design. Whilst its primary function is to promote and grab attention, consumers' impressions are still personal taste. Whether an onlooker has an intrigued or unbothered reaction is entirely individual, and yet, people still find a need to insult artists' work and unfairly dismiss the book as a result of distaste. The topic of judgment continues to be discussed only when talking about ugly covers. And to just quickly add a disclaimer, for this video I will mostly be referring to fictional covers, as they're challenged by the don't judge a book by its cover idiom the most. This is largely due to non-fictional books relying on photography or realistic imagery to show whoever or whatever subject is the focus of the book. They're very much a what you see is what you get type of scenario, though there are a few abstract exceptions here or there that will relate to points further in the video. On the flip side, fictional books heavily lean on creative art rather than photography, allowing for more styles to fill each and every bookshelf. And this is where the discourse lies, as having such a large variety of styles to choose from opens an array of subjective thoughts. But it also means each book can stand out in their own way, because one of the main marketing tools for books are their covers. Covers can be universal, visuals being an element that can communicate across languages and cultures. A cover has the power to summarize a 600-page book into a sole illustration, hence the other known idiom, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And covers are essential for not only standing out in bookstores.
Alright, I know this is a good channel, right? I'm pretty sure they're like known to be making good videos and everyone loves their videos and everything. I don't think I've ever watched a video besides maybe the Berserk. They have a Berserk one, right? Or am I thinking of someone else? Oh yeah, I didn't like Berserk. I think I've seen like the beginning of this or something. I feel like in the first 3 minutes here, I haven't got a single, like I don't think I, like I could have skipped all this and I don't think I would have missed anything. But maybe it's all building up to something? I don't know. Like, oh, I don't want to be, this is good. It's a good video, but hey, let's keep going. Wait.
But online too. With a mass emergence of ebooks, especially after the release of Kindle devices, and online shopping on the rise, book covers have essentially become thumbnail-sized posters. Rows and rows of book covers being the only selling point besides the title and price. Not only that, but as told by Forbes, consumers spend significantly more per...
Maybe it is just like that I'm not interested in the topic. Maybe that's why I feel like I'm not getting anything from it.
...visit in-store than online. So those first impressions from a webpage are even more crucial, as people are spending less money online and are more likely to scroll to another book more quickly. But even with this slight upper hand for physical sales, with the increase of ebook profits, publishers hurried into pushing for bolder covers, and testing the limits of what consumers were willing to pay for. Selling not just a book, but something to show off, to display for others to stare at, from a product to a precious collectible. Which is where special editions started to pop up more. Books with foil, sprayed edges, box sets with continuous spines, limited editions and exclusive covers. Even book subscription services have been on the rise, capitalizing on the increased interest in physical books with exclusive attributes that an ebook just can't replicate nor deliver. And as it happens, comic books follow this persuasive tactic too, selling multiple versions of the same physical volume with an exclusive variant cover designed by another well-known artist. Manga as well, more so outside of English publications, will have special edition covers for enthusiastic readers to collect. Now, personally, I'm someone that will buy all books digitally first, and if the book is one I end up loving, I will also buy it physically for later rereads and, to be completely honest, to show off on my shelves too. And whilst that admittance may be...
That's the only reason to buy a book, in my opinion, right? Just to show it off. That's the only reason that I bought the Attack on Titan books, so I have a nice, nice covers I can put up. I don't even have them up anyway, because I moved houses and I don't put it, it's just in my cupboard right now. Anyway.
Superficial consumerism, that's exactly the way book covers have been treated of recent. Just look at TikTok, YouTube or Instagram. There's videos of bookcase organising, aesthetic photos complete with props, recommendation videos, and just millions of hashtags about books. And in all of that content, the cover is always on show. Because to reiterate, it's no longer just a book. It's something people deem worthy of showing off, which is exactly why a cover's art direction can be so important, and a vital element towards book sales. Something to keep in consideration when judging a book cover is that they're all created under different circumstances. Not every single cover will be an extravagant, beautifully constructed masterpiece like Corey Brickley's art for the UK edition of Immortal Longings. Some covers will be homemade or created by someone with no design experience, and this is particularly the case within the indie scene, where authors don't have the same access to resources or money in general to commission artists for covers. And indie authors within minority groups deal with this the most, their stories being disregarded due to an ugly cover of which they don't have the chance to improve on until being picked up by a publisher or until one of their novels blows up in popularity.
Oh, they're going to talk about AI now? How AI can help that, or...? No.
Given the prejudice racial minority groups experience whilst trying to get officially published, many authors of colour, in particular black authors, have to jump through hoops to find publishing opportunities. And as showcased through the hashtag #PublishingPaidMe trend on Twitter, even professionally established black authors face massive disparities in advance payments compared to white authors. Even author N.K. Jemisin, a black woman who is the only person ever to win 3 Hugo Awards in a row, was given lower advance payments than white authors for their debut books, despite her
Important to watch the Publishing Paid Me # writers and especially BIPOC writers. For the curious, as I recall, my advances were okay. Then numbers.
than white authors for their debut books, despite
Publishing paid me an 800k advance for my debut, which changed my life. I'm still. Is this like how? What's? Does this have anything to do with race? I don't understand. Like, what's? Is it just that they happen to be black and they got paid less or something? I don't understand.
her being an award-winning author. And due to homophobia and transphobia towards LGBT+ authors, or stories that contain themes of such issues, many books are completely banned in certain areas, in combination with blatant discrimination in general, that makes queer stories much harder to get picked up as well. So while some indie covers aren't the prettiest, it's best to keep in mind that there's amazing stories hidden behind them. I mean, even my favourite book of all time is an indie book that has a very stock, picturesque cover, but those 1,054 pages completely changed my brain chemistry. So
I must have missed it. I don't understand. Why is it that she was saying that minority books written by minorities don't have as good covers? Is that what she said? I don't understand. What was the, like, why is that the case?
completely honest, to show off on my shelves too. And whilst that admittance,
Where was it? It was like here somewhere, right?
something to keep in consideration when judging a book cover is that they're all created under different circumstances. Not every single cover will be an extravagant, beautifully constructed masterpiece like Corey Brickley's art for the UK edition of Immortal Longings. Some covers will be homemade or created by someone with no design experience, and this is particularly the case within the indie scene, where authors don't have the same access to resources or money in general to commission artists for covers. And indie authors within minority groups deal with this the most. Their stories
Within minority groups deal with this the most. Oh, so I guess she's just saying that people with less money can't afford the covers, and that tends to be minorities, is I guess what she's saying. Is that true? I don't know. This isn't, I'm not too interested in this video, but I don't know, it's well made. Like, no, actually, it's visually well made. I'm not particularly sold on the script or anything, but I don't know, interesting video. Okay. That's a great, wait, have you seen the, oh yeah, they were saying the Boys comic book video is a great video. Look up the Boys comic was kind of terrible. Actually, what do the comments say here? I don't know, it's something, alright. The Boys comic was kind of terrible. And then we have a, I thought this was Mushoku Tensei, because it was a redhead girl and I thought it was Eris. What is this? Oh my god. A One Piece fan.
Tell me if the
Oh my god. Tries telling Seth. I assume that's the Seth person from Dragon Ball. Akainu was relative to Whitebeard.
volume is good. Alright, is it good? Alright, I'm gonna
What is this?
speed it up a little
This
bit.
is a reaction video?
Alright, look at this shit.
Can I even watch this? Will I get like... I can't watch One Piece stuff on here. How long does the clip go for? No, I'm not risking it. Ever since they took down my boy Totally Not Mark, I'm not watching any One Piece stuff on stream, alright? How is Totally Not Mark doing lately? Made any videos? Did he retire? Oh my god, he's making One Piece videos. That's crazy. Do you think after he's done with like One Piece, he'll make a One Piece live action? Oh, he's already done a video on the One Piece live action. He's a step ahead of me. This is crazy. What's the last one I watched? It was about the Boo Saga, right? Yeah, this one. He's a content machine. It's pretty funny making One Piece stuff now. you know, after his feud with Toei Animation. Mark refused to make a video on Toriyama. Why is that? Did he actually? Does he have some like take on it on Twitter or something? How will I know how to feel if you won't tell me? All right, what's the lore I'm missing here, Miller? Did he say something, or is his silence a statement itself? Oh my god, can I even read all this? Wait, let me go back. Oh no, this isn't Avatar: The Last Airbender. They've entirely missed the okay. Anyone who says they entirely missed the point, I feel like this is like a very big exaggeration. There's a lot in the Avatar show that feels like Avatar, like the casting. Like, why am I even arguing this? Like, I know what they're saying is that it just didn't feel the same, which is fair. You know, I'm not even gonna bother arguing this. Let's go back. Hi all, I've received a lot of messages over the last 24 hours requesting me to produce some sort of public post or content about the tragic passing of Akira Toriyama. And look, he's doing it right now. Isn't that crazy? It's like meta because he said he wouldn't do it, but he's doing it now or whatever. I think creating art to celebrate and show your appreciation for Toriyama's work is beautiful, be it written, musical, or visual, but I don't think that's something I feel like doing at this time. I'm tremendously satisfied with the extensive love letter myself. I'm tremendously satisfied with the extensive love letter myself and my team wrote through our ultimate review of Dragon Ball Z last summer. Speaking for myself, I feel as though I was able to say everything about what that story meant to me and the impact the incredible genius of Akira Toriyama had on me personally as both a child and as an adult. I don't have anything else to add to the conversation and would feel only that I'd be making something because it was what I was supposed to do. Sort of like half-heartedly buying I've never heard of this word in my life. What is this? Did he like misspell it or something? A generic sorry for your lost card. Not to say those don't have merit, they do. I just wouldn't feel comfortable releasing something I both wasn't proud of and didn't offer anything new. With that said, I do still have a yet to be finished project in the works, one that have temporarily been shelved due to difficulties in finding artists to work with it. Perhaps I'll pick it up one day. There might be some merits in a tribute to Toriyama there. At any rate, the tweet I sent out yesterday is my statement on Toriyama's passing. Oh my god. For those that want one. I do want one. Where is it? Probably this. This is the first page of Dragon Ball Volume 1. The setting of Dragon Ball has a sort of Chinese feel to it, but it's not necessarily China. Exactly where it takes place is uncertain. The overall story is very simple, but I'd like to keep making up more details and illustrations as I go along. This way I can draw anything I want to and enjoy the tension and excitement of figuring out what I'll draw next. Akira Toriyama, 1985. This guy, my god. Hey guys, let's make a live action anime series where Goku hates fighting. What do you think the equivalent is in Avatar? Like, what? I don't understand. Naruto is popular with loads of friends. Oh, he's like saying that the core of the show is like the opposite, or like he's missing or something. Luffy is unmotivated and lazy. Eren Yeager doesn't want revenge. Anyway, I guess that's the quality of discourse surrounding Avatar. How will I know how to feel if you won't tell me? Yeah, on Twitter. Well, if you want to know how to feel, you should watch his love letter that he made last summer. It's like a nice one to, instead of making one video, you know, making money, you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, watch these. You'll support him. I'm sure he's probably donating some stuff to like some foundation that Toriyama believed in, right? That's what all these big YouTubers do when someone dies. Anyway. Yeah, on Twitter, so funny. Why did he even say this? Because he feels the overwhelming pressure to say something by all the fans that probably feel bad that he's not saying anything, you know? Like, he is the voice of the Dragon Ball fandom, after all, right? 900k subs. Is there anyone with more of a voice? I guess Team 4-star. How much does Massacre X? 600? Pathetic.
I don't know.
It's like 2/3 of Totally Not Marg. But he has a video.
I think you don't need me to tell you about the sad news about the passing of Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball.
That's true. Can you imagine Film Buff watching this and being like, oh my god, what? Akira Toriyama died? And this is how I'm finding out? Crazy.
Suddenly taken away from us. The man who taught me that, you know what, in a way, it's okay to let your imagination run wild.
I had to pull up that tweet. Oh, it's the greatest tweet I've ever seen. Let's see, film buff. This, God, I was laughing so much. I wanted to retweet it with like a thing, but I was like, I don't want to be mean to this guy. I love film buff. I was just watching his Hunter x Hunter reaction today, but my God, I think this is what, like a day or two late. Just saw the Toriyama news. His impact and legacy is absolutely staggering. It's just so funny. This man, somehow he's like the slowest reactor to everything. I can't believe it. Anyway.
Wild. Just go with the flow. His methodology of just writing a fantastical story such as Dragon Ball on a chapter-by-chapter basis gave me the inspiration to write the stories that Hav and I have produced on this channel, the life that it has spurred on today. The ideas of what would happen if Raditz turned good, or the idea of Frieza turning good, and I think you can sense a pattern here. But these stories that we have formulated, a mixture of written stories that we have planned, but for the most part, they are improvised. And throughout my journey of becoming a storyteller, I look back to Akira Toriyama and what he means to me in terms of realizing that, hey, your mind is a pretty great thing. Just go along with it. See where it goes. Because this story, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, for the most part, was just written as Akira Toriyama felt it. How he wished the story to evolve at the end of writing the next chapter. It was that.
True. Remember when he like changed all the android like storyline because the editor was like, I don't like this android. I don't like this android. We need more androids or something. Crazy. It was all Toriyama. Mark reviews my video on Twitter. So funny. Why did he even say this? Set the programmer is almost bigger. Oh my God. Let's have a look at this. Oh my God. 878,000. Almost catching up to Totally Not Mark. This guy hardly ever makes videos. Look at this. 1 year, he's made 3 videos. I guess in the past 2 months. 4 videos, I guess, technically. How strong is God of Destruction Beerus? True. How strong is he? What are his most popular videos, I wonder? Oh, he's like a... Is he a fanfiction guy or something? Oh no, he's like a... I don't know why. I saw this. Could Batman solve the Cure case? And I thought this was like fan fiction for some reason. Like he wrote a story about it. Maybe it's like the background. It looked like a book. I don't know. But he's more of a like, what if? No, not what if. Like a matching characters up or something. Yeah, versus. Could the Phantom Troop take down Meruem? How could you possibly make an argument for that? I wonder what side he came on. Obviously, Meruem would win. I guess it depends at what point in Meruem's journey you place him on. Because, like, peak Meruem can, like, teleport. Like, I don't know, there's nothing you can really do to him. How strong is Orange Piccolo? Too strong. That's the real answer. Absurdly strong. Could 30 billion SpongeBobs actually beat Goku? Definitely, yeah. Well, does Goku need oxygen? If Goku needs oxygen, then yeah, they could probably beat him. But if he doesn't, then probably not. Anyway, crazy. So the program results bigger. What if Toriyama didn't die? That, oh my God, Miller. Oh my God. If I was in... Oh, that would have been the greatest title for this video. Like, what if Toriyama didn't die, and then like, you know, that vertical bar, and it's like what Toriyama meant to me or something like that. Oh, what a title. And people would be so mad. They'd be like, how dare you disrespect the death of this man? Oh, I wish I was a bigger channel so I could do things like that. Oh my God. He got cancelled last year, so that's probably explains the break. Oh boy. Okay. The Keemstar stream of his cancellation is the best video on YouTube. Oh my God. I've never watched a Keemstar video, right? I guess I've watched the H3 podcast and they watch Keemstar videos, so I don't know. Maybe I have watched one. Anyway, we don't need to. I think he's just going to be talking about his life or something, yeah. What if Cooler was canonically good? Do you think at the beginning of this he mentions the Toriyama thing?
Did you feel that? Vegeta looked at both Piccolo and Cooler.
Not at all. All right. Cool. Anyway, we have too much. How long have I been streaming? An hour and 20 minutes? I guess I could do another 10 minutes. With the boys thing. The boys comic was kind of terrible.
Superhero.
That was a nice narrative voice in that 1 second I heard it. This one I'll watch off stream. But if it is interesting enough, if I watch like the first 10 minutes and I'm like, yeah, this is interesting, I might just watch it on stream as well. When the movie's average shot length is... This is the anti-Oppenheimer video. There we go.
Hello and welcome to...
And how Stephen Moffat created. You know what? Let's watch this one quickly and then we'll watch the boys one. When the movie's average shot length is more than literally 3 seconds.
Hey, I'm Danny Boyd. Today, the average shot length in a Hollywood film is just about 3 seconds long, which looks something like this.
Some believe that true love imbues a subject with the ability.
That's down from an average of around 5 seconds 25 years ago, and from roughly 10 seconds back in the 1930s and 40s, which looks like this.
No matter how clever he is, he still needs an exit visa. Or I should say two. Why two? He's traveling with a lady. I'll take one. I think not. I've seen the lady.
If you're interested in reading more about what's contributed to this trend and other historic changes, I'll link to the source of this information below, but today, I'm not here to talk about what's average. I'm here to talk about one of the exceptions. One of my favorite exceptions, and of a $75 million superhero movie, no less.
Oh, Unbreakable. I've actually seen this movie. Oh my god.
Unbreakable, the 2000 film from M. Night Shyamalan, coming in at an average shot length of almost 19 seconds. 23 if you discount a few spare quick cut scenes like this one. But most of Unbreakable is long, highly methodical, and impressively diverse.
Cancer called me today.
In Unbreakable, there are over 30 scenes that are all shot in one take. It's scary to do because we never shot any safety coverage. He just knew that this is how the shot was going to appear in the film.
Much like Spielberg, Shyamalan's wonders in Unbreakable aren't really motivated by a particular aesthetic or style as much as they are by a goal to draw a clear and
Unbreakable is such a weird movie. Like it is, I think, what vibe do I even have in my mind about Unbreakable? It's like slow, it's very subdued. There's no like intense scenes or anything. It's like it's technically a superhero movie, but like there's none of the conventional like superhero storylines or tropes or anything like that. It ends on like a without a resolution, I guess, from memory. I don't know, it's like a weird movie.
Severable line between the audience and whatever it is in the scene that's most important at a given moment. In this case, not so concerned about remaining invisible, but simply about asking the question, what can we show with a single shot that would normally require 2 or 3 or 4?
I've never seen this.
So before we delve into the really creative stuff, let's kick off with something simple. 2 characters talking. Conventionally, you might have something like this: shot, reverse shot. Both characters of equal weight, cut on dialogue.
I hope you can keep an open mind.
But if you want action and reaction to remain in the same frame...
Before Joseph was born, before we ever got married.
Or maybe you want your characters in singles because they're at odds with each other.
Hope you find them.
The lateral tracking shot is a way to maintain momentum while establishing clear cohesion within a space.
That's not certain at all, is it?
What's particularly interesting about this scene is that even though cuts are replaced by camera moves, unlike a cut,
what?
The camera doesn't move at the same rate as the conversation.
Is the child correct?
Which means a character's response to a question...
In college, I was in a car accident. Was it serious?
He couldn't play football anymore.
...might be provided more weight than the question itself. In Unbreakable, long shots are less concerned with what we're trained to think is important and more interested in what's actually important within the context of a scene. For instance, just because a scene involves 2 people doesn't necessarily mean it's about both of their experiences equally. This scene...
You know what? So in the past, 2 streams, I've watched 2 film analysis videos. One was that 4:3 video versus like 16:9 or whatever it is. And this is all about like the length of shots or whatever. I think I've come to the conclusion that I don't find film analysis very interesting, okay? Because like, it all just like, it's like subjective. Everything is subjective, right? Like all my analysis videos are subjective. Every video essay I've ever seen is subjective. But for some reason, when I'm watching a video like this and they're talking about the benefits of like where they're panning left and right when 2 characters disagree with each other, I'm just like, okay, like I don't care. So I feel like these videos just probably aren't for me. I don't know. Anyway, so we're done. No more cinema stuff, all right? We focus on anime and, I guess, superhero TV shows. Oh boy. What is this? Oh, I'm not watching the Keemstar thing, all right? I'm not getting... I already learned my lesson with the Mauler stuff I reacted to, where this random audience of people I've never spoken to before have seen all my stuff now. I don't want to get involved in any of that Keemstar drama stuff, right? We're not watching any Keemstar videos here. Anyway. Oh, did I close the boys one? Oh my god.
Superheroes
Alright, last video today, alright?
are overset.
Watch the Nostalgia Critic clip. he has a good voice. Oh no.
Another movie. Another mindless flick that sucks dicks from Netflix. It makes me sick.
On and on.
Is that actually him?
I'm sick of more.
Oh, it is. It sounds like him.
Doping and complaining. Well, not complaining, but I think I'm done. On and on. So I kill
This is great.
not just for a sad ending. For film, I'm resenting. A review must go on.
Oh my god.
A review must go on. The joke's gone on too long. No more pretentious songs about love or destiny.
I can absolutely see why this guy became so popular. Oh my god.
A review must go on. A review must go
I don't know why I'm still here. I'm simply killing time here. Maybe I'll get a sandwich from Subway.
What a shot. Oh my god.
A BLT or ham and cheese. Perhaps for dessert, Dairy Queen.
I'm done with these songs, they're all wrong. Not even gonna rhyme this last line.
Although you sort of did.
If it's true,
And we're rhyming this one too.
but it's also true.
Think of what Scooby-Doo.
Oh Jesus, shut up, you. I've got some bitching to do.
So what else is new?
Okay, we're getting too close now. The review must
Ungrateful jackass.
Wait, does it keep going? That was incredible. I can't believe that. What a sketch. My god. Maybe I need to watch more of this guy's videos, alright?
This episode.
My god. Him and like Tobuscus should like collaborate or something. That's the vibe that video gave me, like a Tobuscus classic video, you know? God. Crazy. Anyway. Is it over?
He hated it. He rated it.
The end. Alright. Crazy. That was awesome. Alright. Let's see. No, I was gonna recommend one. Well, too late. So happy you're a nostalgia critic fan. That was awesome. Yeah, I love that. But in fairness, I haven't seen many of his videos. He has 3 movies. Jesus Christ. In one movie, Doug Walker, the man, meets nostalgia critic, the character. Oh my gosh. How is it that it just came to mind when you said that? How is it that Dragon Ball has never done a like split personality thing? Where it's like evil Goku meets like innocent Goku or something. I guess they have done that with well, not really. Like there's Goku Black, but that's like not an evil Goku. That's just like just a literally another person. I feel like with a multiverse like Dragon Ball has, it'd be like it's such an obvious storyline, right? Like where you have a good version of a character and bad version of a character like talk to each other. Am I like missing something? Have they done it? Did they do it in GT or something? No, I don't think so. Anyway. Alright, last video.
Exaggerated. What a bold claim, I know. It's such a non-statement to make on...
What's a bold claim? Or even like the rage from Super Saiyan makes him evil or something. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh my god. What the... Yeah. It's so, the universe of Dragon Ball Super is so disappointing in its, like, multiversal aspect. Like, the fact that there's... Firstly, the fact that it feels like the actual... Each universe itself feels very small. Like, it feels like there's very very few planets, like in our main like universe 7 or whatever. And then there's the fact that all the other multiverses, like universe 6 and 9 and whatever, they all like, they're so like similar. I guess universe 9 is a bad example. Is that the Jiren one? Because that was pretty different. I don't know. It's just like so. Like they could have just put all these same characters in the same universe, and it would make not much of a difference. I guess the only thing is that Universe 6 has the Sands as well. I guess I don't know. And the Namekians. Oh, it's not Universe 9. What is it? 11? Is that the Jiren one? Yeah. Like they at least had like a cool futuristic like city or something. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. Now Budman has sent a video. How long is this? 3 minutes. We could watch this. I don't know. Wait, let's watch this
Superheroes
quickly.
are oversaturated. What a bold claim, I know. It's such a non-statement to make online that I apologize for being the 15th person to tell you that opinion today. You might be annoyed by the sheer volume of media coming out over the past, oh god, has it been that long? Maybe you've tried tuning it out, but there's just no escaping it. You might have become jaded, even if you hated the MCU for years.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Even if you were Martin Scorsese burning copies of Thor 3 in his backyard. Even if you violently assaulted a trick-or-treater for wearing a Captain America outfit on Halloween. You will never hate superheroes more than Garth Ennis, the writer of the 2006 comic, The Boys. Eventually, for any genre, once it goes on for long enough, common tropes develop and are recognized by the audience. A jump scare in a horror movie, the Dear God moment in a disaster film, the obligatory all is lost moment.
The all is lost moment!
And superhero films are no exception. In fact, the MCU became so successful it established new tropes that never previously existed before.
We'd have to break anything.
Clearly, you've never made an omelet.
You beat me by 1 second.
Funniest thing I've seen in ages.
Which is why an adaptation of The Boys was seen as a breath of fresh air. It poked fun at what the superhero genre had become, a satire of every soulless company that only cared about marketing and public image. Supes existed in a world of cinematic universes, and to promote the next product. But before knowing what the show would actually be, the only thing the promotion showed was this guy's girlfriend getting turned into jelly by a knockoff version of The Flash. And that was enough for me. You see, I never heard of The Boys comic before the show was announced. And before the first season even premiered, I decided to read the entire comic run from beginning to end. My takeaway after reading through all of this was that it was alright. Like, I enjoyed it, but it was in the same brain space as Postal. It was grimy, made you feel kind of dirty reading through it, but it had entertainment value. After season 1, outside of the initial premise, characters, and certain events, turns out the adaptation changed pretty much everything. The joke was on me for reading it, I guess. Oops. The original Boys comic was like it was written by an edgy teen that thought adding the most amount of graphic violence, swearing, sex, and racial slurs would make his story stand out. Yeah, he's Superman, but he eats babies. You know when
Wait, does Homelander eat a baby in the comic? Jesus.
readers have their favorite novel adapted and then swear until their dying breath that the book was better than the adaptation? This is the exact opposite of that. The show makes small but necessary changes that, had they not otherwise, it would be far lesser for it. Now, is the show always perfect? No. Sometimes it's...
What was that pointing to?
Now, is the show always perfect? No.
I don't know what's wrong with that.
No, sometimes it's a bit on the nose with its satire, but I truly believe, no matter where you sit on the aisle, or what your views on the show's politics are, this show at least has something to say. Something that the comic tried to do, sort of, but then gave up halfway through. The show takes seeds that were planted and lets them grow, leading to a story that isn't simply for shock value. Think of this as an interesting lesson in writing. Garth Ennis is a comic writer most famous for writing Preacher, and that Punisher one-off where he kills...
Wait, why did the mic get quiet suddenly? This isn't a small channel, there shouldn't be mistakes like this.
Literally everyone. It's a pretty open secret that Ennis hates superheroes. And I'm not just saying what superheroes became, or superhero media.
Like brunch. Like, what is brunch?
The very notion of them. He believes they have done nothing.
Oh god, do you remember that scene? I think this is in the Justice League, where it's like Batman talks to the Flash, and they released this before the movie came out to promote the movie. And it was like, this is probably the worst scene I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's in your face comedy. It's not funny. Like, it's just, and it's like so dark visually, which like contrasts with the comedy. It is terrible. Just like go watch this scene and, it's terrible. Anyway. All right. Have you considered what if Cooler turned good and married Vados? That's like a Whisa's sister, right? True, that is a good question. What would happen? I've never considered that. How would you even write a what if scenario like that? Imagine the lore you'd have to build up. Oh my god, over like 20 videos. And it's weird how 6 is a mirror to 7, but you don't get that vibe from the other twin universes. I actually forgot, is twin universe like a concept? Because clearly, like, well, I was gonna say the god of destruction, like Champa and Beerus are brothers, right? But I feel like they both came from the same universe. I don't remember. Anyway. Wait, number 2's magical girls mirroring 11's Super Sentai team is really cool. Oh, I guess that's fair. If that is like if they are twins, as you say, as you claim is a thing, I think that's pretty fair. The worst moment in Dragon Ball was when it's revealed that Universe 7 has 28 planets with mortal life. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. How small it just made it feel so tiny and insignificant. And like when Broly blew up like South Galaxy or whatever, did he kill like one planet? Like what is South Galaxy? I hated Justice League. The Flash is so unlikable. Well, I haven't seen the Justice League in fairness, but the one thing I know about the Flash is that his visual effects look terrible. And not the movie, not the recent movie. I think what I've seen from that looks fine, but just like the overwhelming blue lightning that like sends like all the atmosphere flying around, and if there's like papers on the scene that go flying up and down, like I hate it. Like just make him like less interfere with the environment. It'd be much better for it. Twin universes add up to 13. So 6 and 7 add up to 13. That's true. What about... Do we even... I mean, there's like 2 universes that are exempt, right? Or something. There's like a few. Dragon Ball Super universes. I feel like I can only name like 4 of the universes. Yeah, 2 is the Ribrianne one. 3... I don't remember Universe 3 at all. I mean, I guess I kind of do. Like, I think, didn't they, like... Is this the one that made a giant mech that Android 18 fought? Is that what Universe 3 is? Universe 4... This guy looks familiar, the bug guy. That's not the wolf guy I'm thinking of, it's another wolf guy. Oh my god, Miller, isn't that crazy how 9 is the opposite of 4? And they both have like this Wolfman looking thing, and they have the Wolf Brothers or whatever. Then obviously Universe 6, that's the famous one. 7 is our universe. 9 is the one they fight in that pre-tournament. 10, and that's the one in the cool opening where Goku's like fighting the Wolfman and is like doing the cool like fighting choreography. Universe 10, I don't think I recognize. Oh wait, this guy, it's the Yardrak guy, right? Who can teleport? Who the hell is this, like, bug lady? I don't remember her at all. This Birdman looks familiar. I feel like he did something interesting. And then Universe 11, of course. The famous... It's probably the coolest universe out of all of them, because they live in, like, the future, and they got, like, they live in an era of peace or something, thanks to Jiren. If only Goku could restore peace to the 10 planets in his universe. Thumbs down on the Flash, true. Even though I haven't seen the Flash, so I can't say anything. Universe 3 had that giant guy, and 4 tried to make a deal with Frieza before the tournament. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's when the animation started getting good. Before that, it was pretty bad. What'd you say? 4? Universe 3 had the giant guy. Okay, hell yeah, that's what I was thinking of. 10 is where Zamasu and Zamasu. Why do people call him Zamasu? Are from. Oh, yeah. Okay. God, remember the Hakai scene? Oh my god. I can't. I gotta go. I was meant to watch a movie, you know? I want to watch Enemy 2014, but here I am watching videos. Let me finish this quickly.
Like brunch. Like, what is brunch?
The very notion of them. He believes they have done nothing but sully the medium of comics and make them only for kids. Which, I mean, is he wrong? He likes Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, and then that's it. Everything else he despises, especially Captain America. Oh, don't get him started on that old Cap. He's kind of the original hater of cape shit, which while respectable, that hatred goes incredibly far. Goes farther than just making jokes about MCU fans. The way The Boys is written is almost like a manifesto against the very idea of costume soups. And throughout the entire run, the plot follows a similar formula. The boys come across a superhero who is a loose parody of a pre-existing character. This soup, though, has some terrible flaw, and usually it's just the same flaw. This hero is Martian Manhunter, but he's a degenerate. This character is Iron Man, but he's a pervert. Oh look, it's the X-Men, but Professor X actually diddles kids.
My god.
There is really no deconstruction of the trope like with Watchmen, or a clever parody like One Punch Man. It's more like straight up hatred, like you can imagine Garth writing.
Is One Punch Man a clever parody? I guess the conceit of it is like kind of clever. I don't know.
Every possible scenario for how a soup can get massacred by his edgy guys dressed in trench coats or the military. In the show, superheroes are allegories for the egotistical celebrity. They will do.
God, that's the greatest scene in The Boys, without a doubt. Soldier Boy dancing scene, my
possible
god.
Scenario for how a soup can get massacred by his edgy guys dressed in trench coats or the military. In the show, superheroes are allegories for the egotistical celebrity. They will do anything for their own image. It's a game that you play for fame and fortune, and that reflects in every aspect of how these characters think. Drives them to be selfish, do terrible things, but not to an unrealistic degree. You can see parallels to real-world shitty behavior. The thing is, most of that complexity doesn't exist in the comics.
I was gonna make a joke about. I was gonna do the Ryan Kavanaugh Harvey Weinstein H3 joke, and then I remembered that Mickey from the Normies made the exact same joke, and then Miller made fun of him for making the joke, and then I was like, I can't make this joke because Miller will make fun of me. So here I am explaining why I didn't make the joke. So here we are.
Real world shitty behavior. The thing is, most of that complexity doesn't exist in the comics. Superheroes in this world that Ennis wrote are irredeemable, cartoonish psychopaths. There is no complexity to them. Their mentality is less based on celebrity status and the corrupting influence of fame, and more like the mentality of the gang from Clockwork Orange. N Costume Soup, in some way, is a sexual deviant, a racist, or a violent psycho. Now, if I could, I would show you a lot of examples, but I'm trying to not get demonetized and banned off the site. All of these horrendous things that my eyes had to witness never build onto something. Instead, it just feels like a hit piece on fictional people that don't actually exist. Sometimes, simply the message in The Boys is, this hero is gay, these heroes are ghetto. The Boys collect more often.
So this is good, and it's only good if he then goes on to explain why the actual show is good, which is what I'm hoping he's gonna do.
Than anything else, pictures of sex acts that they can blackmail people with. Now, sometimes there are superheroes that happen to be good people, and if they are, they're portrayed as pathetic jokes who literally could not hurt a fly. Maybe their only quality is that they look stupid, or sometimes as the comic goes on, there's no reason at all, they're just a soup, and they're fodder for the boys to defend themselves against. Even when they aren't supposed to kill soups, and Huey accidentally punches right through a guy, it turns out to be alright, and Huey shouldn't feel bad because the guy had a hamster shoved up his ass the entire time. The original Boys comic is that guy that stumbles onto the stage at open mic night, says they're a master of satire, and then says the N-word. Now, just because a story has edgy elements, that doesn't make it necessarily lesser. The show has messed up stuff all the time, it's just it contributes to the bigger story. Showcases how far a character has gone or what the stakes are. The comic showcases fucked up stuff just for shock value. And as a result, it makes the story less about our
I feel like you need an example here. Like when you're saying the show is good. Like, I guess visually. What is he showing visually? Do I even remember? Wait.
The show has messed up stuff all the time. It's just...
Like, he just showed the whale thing, where they crash into... Not the whale. Yeah, is it a whale, I guess? The beached whale or shark or something? Like, what's the... That's just, like, shock for the sake of shock, right?
The show has messed up stuff all the time. It's just it contributes to the bigger...
And then, like, the senator's head blowing up or whatever. Or the judge's head or something.
Story. Showcases how...
Like, I guess that does contribute to the story.
Far a character has gone, or what the...
It definitely doesn't say... I don't even know what this scene is that he's showing.
Stakes are. The comic showcases fucked up stuff just for shock value. And as a result, it makes the story less about our protagonists facing off against a corporation and its celebrity heroes, and more our protagonists just going around taking out crazy cartoon people. As you see, despite the show mainly being around the boys and Vought, that is not what the comics portray at all. Probably should have said this at the start, but spoilers for all of the comics and all 3 seasons.
Oh no. Okay. Budman is sad. Miller the Killer. Not gonna lie, I'm more interested in the comic. No, I think I get the gist of what he's saying here. I think it's pretty fair. I don't think I would enjoy the comic at all. What do you have against The Boys, Miller? The Boys is great. I like The Boys. Have you seen it? I feel like you haven't seen it. But maybe you have. I don't know.
It wasn't until season 3 when I realized what truly made the adaptation so different than the comics, and it was the inclusion of temporary compound V. You see, the Vought Labs cooked up some green temporary V that makes you a soup for 24 hours. Huey and Butcher both start taking V as a way to even that power dynamic, while MM and Frenchie believes this crosses a line and will make them hypocrites. This dilemma never exists in the comics. Despite hating soups, Butcher injects Huey with V without his consent, and then laughs at him for getting mad. Through experiments, Butcher is actually superpowered at the start of the story. All of the boys are. This ethical question of whether using compound V is hypocritical or not just never comes up, and considering how many soups they do kill. If they didn't have V, they probably would just die. But what this does is it removes an essential element that makes the show work so well: tension. In the show, whenever the boys run into a superhero, it feels like they're up against a legitimate threat. It's like having a bomb in the middle of the room. These are people who can do whatever they want without repercussions, and to defeat them, regular people have to use their wits and skills to take them down. The reason why the boys hate Soup so much is reinforced with every scene. But in the comics, since the boys use V, that threat is gone. In fact, because most of the time the boys are just running into low-level idiots, Butcher and his gang often have the advantage. So the story is reduced to edgy characters dressed in trench coats just brutally tearing apart a bunch of costumed dorks. It's like Billy Butcher is just Ennis's cool OC that only exists to act out violent revenge fantasies against fictional people. When talking about characters, I don't want to make this a list of differences between the show and comics.
Wait, am I crazy? But he just said that the fact that they get the compound V, like the non-hero people get superpowers, makes it less fun because they're not using their wit or whatever and they're just like beating up people. But isn't that exactly what happens in the show as well? Like they get the powers and they can kill people now? I assume the implicit assumption, or the implicit thing is not saying, is that the show doesn't overuse it or something? I don't know. Never seen it. The fans seem to paint it being good because it subverts the MCU. No. I mean, maybe season 1, I could see that being the case. I don't know. It's definitely nothing like the MCU. I don't know. I'd just say it's a good show. Like, I enjoy watching it. Have you watched Game of Thrones? Absolutely, I've watched Game of Thrones. Also kind of weird when I see stuff from the boys as marketing making fun of Disney when it's an Amazon show. Oh boy, marketing is just marketing, alright? Let it be.
If you want a true comparison,
My God.
watch a Watch Mojo. Both of these have gone through so many differences, we'd be here all day if I listed them out. Because of the path the show has gone down, it has drastically altered these characters. It's put them in situations and challenges that have shaped them over 3 seasons, which can't really be said about the comics. Starlight and Huey, for most of the comic, don't even know what the other is doing, so many of their interactions are just Simon Pegg with a blonde naked chick. The show was able to deepen pretty shallow pools, and nowhere is that better shown than Homelander.
Yeah, I mean, the appeal of the boys is without a doubt Homelander. Like, he carries the show. It's not even close.
The live-action adaptation of Homelander is one of the best villains in a show I've seen.
You know what? I could agree to that. I think Homelander he transcends the show. You know, I like to say that every now and then. Like, some element of a show transcends it. He goes beyond the show. It is way above everything else in it. Homelander is without a doubt, like, the transcendent element of the boys. Like, without him, there is no The Boys. You could have him in another story and it would be just as good. Like, he is
From
The
a test
Boys.
tube, born to be a corporate product, Homelander is one big ball of narcissism, self-consciousness, and psychopathy. One aspect of the show's plot is just seeing the mental deterioration of Homelander. Now, while that's kind of there in the comics, Homelander isn't really anything particularly special. He's done terrible things, he's forced himself onto women, leading to the death of Butcher's wife, but the comics have shown that superheroes do that all the time. In fact, Homelander forced himself onto Starlight along with Black Noir and A-Train, and this right here is a good example of it.
Really?
In the show, it's more of a message about workplace assault, and in the comics, it's just, oh, that critical element of his character isn't really special in the comics. We see characters that are depicted in a far worse light than Homelander. Now, as you might remember, I did say that Homelander ate a baby, which is, yes, incredibly bad, but in the comic, these are simply shown in pictures. In fact, these pictures are something that Homelander doesn't remember doing. He talks to himself in a mirror, and then suddenly has a realization that he can do anything. In the show, when he does something bad, he knows he's doing it, and he doesn't care. But the comic Homelander actually does. He's disturbed by these pictures. Homelander just kind of is like, I'm crazy now, and decides to lead a superhero revolution. So let's talk about the worst part of the Boys comic, the ending.
Oh no, is this going to be similar? Is it going to spoil The Boys?
And so the Supes
Surely
take over
not.
the White House, because pretty much every hero had already been thinking
Oh my god, this is actually what's going to happen next season. They like set it up with the whole Trump thing. They're going to do a Gen 6 whatever insurrection like meme. That's definitely what it's going to be.
about the same thing. Homelander kills the president, and that's that, except there's
Oh my god, it's legit. That is what it's going to be. Like the next season, I don't know if it'll be the final season, but they absolutely are going to they're going to make fun of the insurrection. Oh my god.
plot twist. It turns out Homelander didn't actually eat a child, or did any of those horrible things. It was Black Noir the entire time. Who could have guessed that Noir was actually-
Wait, what? Wait a minute.
That's that, except there's a plot twist. It turns out Homelander didn't actually eat a child, or did any of those horrible things. It was Black Noir the entire time. Who could have guessed that Noir was actually a clone of Homelander? Yep, Noir was a clone, whole time. The complex deterioration of a-
I feel like I read that at some point. Like in like a Reddit thread or something, I think. But I mean, clearly that's not going to happen now. You know what happened to Black Noir in last season.
Spoiled soup with parental issues that we see in the TV show. Yeah, that doesn't happen. At the end of the day, Butcher sums it all up as Homelander was just tricked into becoming a psychopath, which is just the worst twist. It undermines everything that made Homelander even remotely worse than other soups. Most of the bad things we thought Homelander did, well, Black Noir did it. At the end of the day, he's simply a big dummy that got bamboozled into going cuckoo.
It was a prank! We were just fooling you!
All Homelander really did was simply suggest to a bunch of other crazy people that they should take over the country. Don't worry, this plotline is resolved in like 5 minutes because it turns out the military had anti-soup missiles the entire time. So this really wasn't even that big of a deal. They all just die like idiots. That was it. That was the reason why Garth Ennis wanted the soups to join Homelander's revolution. It's so they could get absolutely decimated by the real cool guys, the military-industrial complex. And with everything wrapped up in a nice neat bow, Butcher just...
I mean, I know he's making fun of it, but it does kind of sound interesting. Like, that's an interesting ending for the military to just, like, win.
Decides to kill all of the boys. Wait, what? Garth Ennis hates superheroes, so he wrote a power fantasy about people not dressed in costumes, ripping apart nerds with their bare hands. To justify this, every superhero is an absolute lunatic, a narrative that explores the idea of superheroes like that Flash game where you blow up your buddy. The message is just that superheroes are cringe, which might not be untrue in these times of MCU fatigue, but at the end of the day, The Boys teaches us a valuable lesson, to remember that too much hate towards something can become just as annoying and intolerable as the thing it's making fun of.
Wow. Well, that was informative. I feel like I know way more about The Boys comic book than I ever did before. So it was a worthwhile watch. Alright. Have you read the books then? No, I've read like the first like maybe 15 chapters of the first Game of Thrones book or Song of Ice and Fire book. Also kind of weird when I read that already. I was about to get started on it, but then realized George R. R. Martin hasn't released the next volume in 10 years. Yeah, that's why I stopped, and I'm probably not going to read it unless Cloud Entertainment forces me to read it. Because I just want to like, I don't want to get to the end of the books and be like, oh my god, now I have to wait for the next one. Like, I'd rather if they're all out, then I could read them all. It's definitely interesting that both the comic and the show are both a hateful reaction to the current climate and tone of the comic movie industry, different products because of the time. It's definitely interesting that both the comic and the show. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean that's true. It's interesting. I think I need to rewatch season 1 of The Boys with in mind that it is a commentary on like society or something, because I'd never heard that discourse before. It never really crossed my mind when I was watching it. Now I did have it in mind for season 2 and 3 because I like looked up stuff after finishing season 1, but yeah, I didn't really know that. What is this? All right, then we're leaving. This is it. All right, I got things to do. All right, it's getting late. Been 2 hours. All right.
Accept your vow, and I anoint you as leader of the Knights of the Stone.
Wait, is this gonna get me claimed? What is this? Oh, we got some Game of Thrones music. We'll see. We'll see. I'll check my thing if I get a copyright thing. I have no idea what this is, but anyway.
Protectors of the realm.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Game of
There's
Thrones.
a foe to the north that has threatened our freedom for centuries.
Not for much longer, my queen.
They say he's never lost in hand-to-hand combat.
Neither have I.
Those who meet his wrath envy the dead.
I do not fear the afterlife, my queen. Pray speak his name, and his head will rest atop a pike.
This fiend goes by many a name, and most in the kingdom know him as Sir Gwent, raper of knights.
I'm sorry, he rapes? I misheard you.
His wretched soul finds godless pleasure in sodomizing his foes for days, weeks, months, some even decades.
Okay, so I did hear you then.
After he's broken your will, he'll extract your soul with the help of Magwitch the Voyeur.
Magwitch the Voyeur? Who are the...
Is that hesitation I sense in your voice, Porin? Are you not loyal to your queen?
Whoa, I'm loyal. That's not the question. I'm loyal. I'm just saying, let's put on our critical thinking caps and maybe we can...
My queen!
Sir Foden, what is the meaning of this?
My queen, I beg you, do not let...
Why do I recognize this guy? Is he like... It's like a famous person? I don't know. He looks familiar.
This coward be our leader. I have served you the longest. It should be I who leads the Stone.
Or am I thinking of Mr. Mooten? Destiny's friend. Is that who he looks like? Wait. Or is that actually... There's no way that's him, right? Is that even his name? Wait, Mr... I guess it kind of looks like him. Okay, maybe not. Okay, that's him. Hey, they look pretty similar, right? That was a good catch I did, surely, right? Look at that. All right. Anyway.
Critical thinking caps, and maybe we can...
My queen!
Wait.
That is a resume. That is a resume. He's got to be the guy.
Your counsel is heard, Sir Foden. Effective immediately, you are the leader of the Knights of the Stonecliff.
Thank you, my queen.
Bring me the head of Sir Gwen,
We're right at dawn.
Raper of Knights.
Oh boy.
What now?
Raper of Knights.
Oh, okay. How about Sir Porn takes point on this one, and then...
Why am I watching this? What is this? Budman sent this. It's just like a sketch, I guess.
after that, next week...
I'll do it! It should be me.
Sir Edgar the Submissive will not be going.
Please, my queen! I've been practicing my whole life for this. I'm ready for it.
This guy's perfect. Come on, send him.
No, Sir Edgar the Submissive will not
No! You promised! Your mother said I could fight him, and her mother said I could fight him. It's my turn with him.
Come on, this guy's a cheat code. We gotta send him, Queen.
He ain't gonna crack me, no matter how long he goes.
Okay, how about Sir Geldin?
Oh, Geldin's so good.
Geldin's dead! What? So Gwen turned him inside out like a sock. Really let him have it. Lucky bastard.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'd like to see him try that on me, Your Grace. With Magwitch watching too, right, fellas?
Okay, how about we divvy up?
Oh, what's he gonna do? Have Magwitch turn me into a statue and sodomize me to the end of time? Yeah, try me!
Your bravery is noted, Sir Edgar.
What's
but
he gonna
Sir...
do, Your Grace? You use a spell to shrink me down to the size of his pinky, shove me...
Alright. Current climate, smiling. Yeah, the stream is long. I thought it had ended halfway through. Yeah, we're getting there, right? No claims, that is true, no claims. Come back to it, and it's still going. I love this. I love the music in the background. It's my favorite song from Game of Thrones. Very true, I agree. 10 months ago and not 10 years ago. Wait, 10 months ago? What am I? I feel like 10 months ago, not 10 years ago? Well, what is it even a reference to? Did this come out 10 months ago? Oh, it did, true. Makes a lot of skits online. You may have seen him on Insta or Shorts recently. Has Destiny like reacted to this thing, I think? Maybe?
Come on.
Is this the phone charger guy? Oh no, he's this. Yeah, I've seen this. That's true. Oh, I have seen. I've only seen these through Destiny, but they are great. Okay, anyway, we're almost done. All right.
Me up his ass and carry me around all day like a marsupial. That doesn't sound so bad.
Ah, fellas, I want to help so bad, but I just remember I have this giant gaping gash in my arm. I'd be no use.
Oh, you fucking prick.
Did you just do that to yourself?
I gotta lay down for a second.
All right, Foden, here's the plan. You're gonna use this wax to butter me ass up. I'll be the bait. He may be a god, but he's gonna fuck me like a man tonight.
Oh my god, someone just go!
Does that mean?
Yeah, Sir Edgar, just go. Go.
Oh, thank you, Your Grace. I won't let you down.
And Chris, you're going to.
Oh no.
What?
You're going to. Yeah.
What's the climax gonna be here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get raped if I go.
You don't know that.
You're sending me to get raped right now.
Come on, Chris. Come on now.
Go! Go!
Fuck.
Come on, lad. Come on. I'll have to change that chainmail. We won't be able to enter you with that, but we'll make do. He's actually quite a lovely bloke watching it now.
Okay. Well, Game of Thrones, am I right? When this video came out, true, 10 months ago. All right, we're done. I'm sweating. It's hot in here. The stream's gone for too long. I watched an unfathomable amount of videos today. I only finished like 2 of them, but we did it. Goodbye, my friend. Enjoy your movie. I'm sure I will. Who knows when I'll stream next? I guess I say that every time because I truly don't know. You know, there is really no reason that I couldn't just stream tomorrow, but or like literally every day. But then I feel like I don't have enough to like actually talk about on stream if I just do it every day. But I could. My subscribers wouldn't be happy about it, but I could definitely do it. I could just unlist the videos after the end of the stream. Hope you enjoy power scaling and nostalgia critic videos before your next stream. I do have to watch a 2-hour-long interview of a mapper animator, you know, but yeah, anyway. Alright. I'm looking right to you right now. Thanks for watching the stream that went for 2 hours and maybe a bit longer. Yep, 2 hours and 4 minutes. See you next time.